Slate, okay. Hello everyone, how are we doing? D&D time?
It's D&D time, boys.
Right, does everybody remember what happened in the last session?
Yes.
Fabulous. We will breeze. Yes.
We arrived at the Feywild.
You did. Arrive.
We met Luran's mummy.
You met Mama.
We met Mama and brother.
Indeed.
That went well.
Very well, and Sarah's shocked us all with his attitude. Hey now. He's an all-star. He's traumatized, and that's okay. Now, as you guys, I'm sure, all remember, Luran was being put to a big sleep. When last we left off. Before this happens, though, sort of in the evening, ambience from Feywild. Just before this happens, though, if anybody wants to relay any messages to him, wants to pour their hearts out.
Should we all just go and sit by his bedside and be like, it's gonna be okay, sweetie?
Yeah, I think, considering it's like a days long process, I think that's a good idea.
He's gonna be out for 3 days.
Yeah.
Devastating.
I think we should all go say goodbye to Luran.
Okay, so
as if he's dying.
Astra, Sparks, all stare.
We all just sit there,
prepare a little basket of goodies. Knock on his door in the evening.
Also goes. He's in the room. He's like, "Hold on." Goes outside, knocks on the door, comes back in. Whatever.
You guys are standing there, and you knock on the door, and Luran, you hear him stumbling across. No, he's fine. He knows where he's going. He opens up the door and says, "You're going to have to describe what I see."
We are a pack of purple porcupines.
You might be, but they're definitely not.
Come for you.
Come for me.
It's your time.
I'm very spiny.
Yep.
One of you is definitely purple. One of you is akin to a porcupine, and one of you can turn into animals. But I don't believe all three of you can do all three at once.
That's what you think. You'll never know.
He reaches out a hand, feeling.
I put a little cactus on the tip of my finger and let him just lightly poke it.
Ow!
Sorry.
I've got like 5 HP. Don't do this.
That was my.
Oh no!
Even that. They reach out and find Astra's horns and go, okay, so there's some porcupine spines. Come on in.
They kind of when Luran touches their horns, they kind of bend slightly because they are cartilaginous.
Luran's like, whoa!
Oh no! I think he reconsiders his life just in that moment. It's like, I didn't think they would feel like that.
Have you ever touched a shark before?
No.
Oh.
Am I going to?
You could if you wanted to.
What do they feel like?
Bendy sandpaper.
Looks over at Bluey. No, surely not.
Let's just come in.
Okay, you guys are come in, you gather around, and just Astra, your horns move slightly with the wind. That's going to be a new detail I've decided. In strong winds, your horns will bend around.
Not very much, because of the thickness and tension and whatnot, but they could 100% break off under too much tension.
Are the horns covered in skin?
Yes.
Or no?
Yes.
Yanel's horns shed.
Huh.
I find tiefling, the variation in horns, very interesting. I think it's
Ulster says.
No, Lily says. That was not Ulster's voice. Lily says.
Indeed.
There's a tiny difference, you see.
Sorry to
You guys.
Sorry to laser in on
You guys all settle down and you share your goodie bag with Luran, who's like,
I've made him more chicken sandwich.
beautiful. It's all I've eaten today, and it'll be all I eat for the rest of my life.
I feel
Well,
like
actually, you're only going to be out for 3 days, so.
Astra probably would have included some sort of like healthy, like fruit salad or something to go with it.
He looks at it and is like, I can't see this. he like
Have to
smells it and is like,
There's mango in it. There you go.
There you go. He eats all the mango first and leaves everything else.
Well, we've come today to wish you a happy rest.
I will rest. And hopefully this will be over. Everything can go back to normal.
Is there anything you wish to impart upon us as your crew, as your group of dear friends?
And more.
And more.
He just laughs and he says, no more walking towards the funny shadows. None of that.
Yep.
Yep.
I know.
Well, I'll read to you every night, even though you can't hear me, and we'll be there when you wake up.
And Luran just says, and my brother, Gil. I know he's here. If there's one thing you can count on, it's that he is going to spread the most ridiculous of lies about me. But I could tell you just as many awful things about him.
Well, then I will listen to neither of you.
No, you'll listen to me, please.
No, I prefer to make my own assumptions on people based on when I meet them rather than what people say about them.
He, looks a bit put out and then says, obviously that's not what I was saying, Ulster. Don't touch me.
Oh. How did you know I was coming?
I could sense you from a mile away. I'd appreciate it if you didn't do that.
Oh.
You can say what you like and think what you like, obviously. But don't undermine me. I really know.
I'm not undermining you.
He nods and he says, sorry, it's just, I'm sensitive when it comes to him.
I understand.
Please don't trust him. And don't befriend him.
Do you two need a moment?
No, this is something for all of you. And Ulster and I will have plenty of moments later.
Okay.
I'm sorry for speaking too strongly. It's just that you don't know him like I do.
Ulster has chosen to go quiet for this moment.
I would assume that we don't, because we are not your brother, and yes, siblings.
Be a bit weird if we were your brothers.
He laughs and then says, okay. Well.
Not that kind of royal.
No.
Sorry, I'll stop.
Astra just kind of frowns like, what?
Does Astra know about
and this is when the gathering ends. Go to bed, my friends, and join us another day, perhaps 3 days hence, when we can celebrate me and my sight and my sanity all returning.
At least one of them.
And hopefully all 3.
I hope that it's a pleasant 3 days for you, in that either you don't experience anything or what you experience isn't bad and is instead good.
Maybe you have a nice dream.
What Sparks said. Very, very eloquently.
I'm crossing my fingers, and he can feel my fingers crossed, and she puts it gently against
Doesn't
his
that
arm.
mean you don't want it to happen?
No, that means you're hoping for it to happen.
I see. Understood.
It's for luck. It's is there wood around? She touches the nearest wooden thing.
Luran says nothing.
Ulster knocks on Luran's head.
Luran knocks on all stairs. Anyway, so you guys.
And Slia about faces.
Yeah,
Just
so like,
Swivels
I'm out of
gone.
All of you leave.
Okay.
I have things to be getting on
Do we swap with Zarina?
with. So you guys, well, I think what happens is that you guys settle in for the night and learn very quickly that it's best to sleep with earplugs and whatnot. And in the morning, Ulster, when you wake, Luran is kind of lying there. You guys can take the benefits of a long rest. Long rest. Luran is lying there, and his sort of blindfold, which you didn't notice the previous day or the previous night, was actually swapped out for something a bit more sophisticated and
More sophisticated than my moss.
And is sort of like inscribed with these like kind of runes.
I don't know if Ulster believes that.
Okay. It is though, so it's inscribed with these runes. And also, would you make me an Arcana check?
Yeah. 22.
22. Okay. With an Arcana check, you notice that these are runes that are designed to assist in sleep. And so once you sort of wake up, and if you wish to, you can give Luran a little snuggle.
I've made him like a little wreath of like lavender and chamomile, just like.
Zarina kind of summons you all downstairs and just says, "Now, my dearest and most wonderful and oldest of friends."
They've known you for like 2 days.
Yes, anyway. I just want some pointers for you. I'll be rather busy dealing with Luran for the next 3 days, so do not call on me.
What's he going to be? How is he going to be difficult to deal with when he's sleeping?
Has magic, darling. Like I showed you last time, the tangles in it. It'll be very hard to
I
unthread.
understand. So you don't want us to come in at all. But can I read him bedtime things?
I will wrap up in the evenings.
Okay.
I need to sleep at some point. I won't get a lot of it. Not in the way I usually like.
If you have a need to contact us for any reason, do you have means to do so?
Like a bell?
If we're out and about? Or would you rather us stay nearby?
She holds up a little stone with a hole in it, like you guys have, that has some charms on it. And she says, "A trinket from each of you, please." Or a representative.
Ulster yanks out some of his hair and passes it over.
Loveliness. And
I think Sparks tries to pick at some dry scales that look like they're about to shed, and
she like pinches a hole through one and ties it on through the hair. Slayer, you rip off one of your horns.
And a new one immediately grows. No.
Nope. Astra will pull out like a little lace star and pass it over.
Like, finally, one of you is normal.
It becomes like a little totem that she's kind of like tied around, and she says, "Lovely, I should be able to contact each of you now. But I assume it will not be necessary."
You could also bring some of us back from the dead.
Nope, I can't do that. I can.
No, I'm saying theoretically you could, because, you know, you have some of our parts.
Oh! All of you except Astra.
Yeah.
It seems. That's the downside. She gives you a little wink. Astra, like a corpse like collector, collecting bits. However, she takes her charm and she tucks it back in her pocket, and she just says, "Well, the house is yours.
Do you have any recommendations of what to do if we're incredibly bored?"
No.
Oh.
Go to the spa, perhaps. That's where the boys like to go.
I love spas.
Yes, I mean, Saraza just went earlier this morning. He might be on his way back already.
Well, maybe if we leave now, we won't cross over with him at all.
Wouldn't that be charming for you all, I'm sure?
I think he might prefer that.
She looks a little bit sad and says, "Perhaps."
Is there anything you recommend that we definitely don't do? Us being not of this realm.
Don't eat any strange fruit you don't recognise.
I'll make you fruit if you want some.
Don't eat any mushrooms that grow on trees. The trees might be alive and might not like you eating them.
Ooh, well, maybe they will like it, and then that's also bad.
Yes, because then you'll be wrapped up in something I'm not sure you'll be able to finish.
Okay. No fruit or mushrooms from strangers.
Indeed. The forest is a dangerous place, but can be filled with treasures and secrets. So choose your path wisely.
I think we can take the forest.
Alternately, is there any sort of things that we can do for you while we're here? Like help out around the house or anything?
Just keep Sarah's occupied, honestly. He's ever so dull, otherwise.
Do you have any tips or tricks in making Sarahza less grumpy?
Nope, not a one.
I left him a gift on his desk to slightly ingratiate us.
You shat on his desk?
That's not what I said. How did you even put that together?
I may have misunderstood you.
I don't use euphemisms.
Okay.
I meant that quite literally, I left a gift on the desk.
Right. Understood.
You had lots of people shit on your desk.
Viserys is a harsher place than you might ever imagine. Goodbye, my darlings. There are guidebooks. Yes.
Any place we might read?
You're not allowed in my study, but you may use the house, and we have some books dotted around if you want to have a little look around. Help yourself.
Thank you.
And that would be an investigation check for you, finding any interesting information.
Ulster slides up to you, Astra. Can we read after we spar?
Take a look to the spa, she says as she goes up to the stairs.
Then it will get water damaged.
Take a waterproof book. We've got plenty of those.
What?
Sarah likes to read under the rain.
It's incredibly sad.
Really cool.
We say simultaneously.
What?
He is both simultaneously incredibly sad and fairly cool.
Okay, I get that.
Serena goes upstairs. And,
Good luck.
Thank you, darlings.
Don't like him.
If I'm not interrupted and everything goes smoothly here, then I won't be. Just ensure that there is no havoc wrecked about.
Yes, ma'am.
You can call me Mum if you like.
Feel like you would like that too much.
You can call me Mother.
I know that's triggering.
And you can call me...
No.
Zarina.
No. He darts away and hides behind Astra and Blue.
Goodbye. The other two of you, though, consider one. Anyway, she blows you kisses and leaves. And you guys are alone in this house that is not yours.
Spa.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you were saying Sparks. Yes. Spa sounds good.
Okay. You guys want to go to the spa?
I can guess the way.
You think you would need to look at a little map or ask someone who might be outside where that might be.
Maybe we could ask Nakir, since he seems to clearly need socialization.
Oh, yes.
You want to go in a spa and be naked around Nakia?
Never mind. I want the opposite of that. Opposite of that.
Ah.
Also just looks at you and like the maximum sass, like,
You guys, I'm just going to give you guys this option in case you want to be terrible. You kind of probably are just, looking for a book to read or something. Can you all make me an investigation check? If anybody who wants to read a book.
natural 20.
18.
18. Oh.
That's a 3.
3, okay. Bluey, as you're walking around, Astra and Ulster, the both of you, immediately find the perfect stack of books for each of your interests. Astra, you find a cartography of the night sky. You find a book on the various sort of like fables and myths of this area of the Feywild. You find an anthology of different tribes of different Taoshiri tribes of different languages that they speak, of their cultures, and all of that kind of stuff. And also, you find a book on
what do I find?
You find a book on rare varieties of mushroom, on botany, on ikebana.
No, Emma, he already knows all this. You've got to give him something more esoteric.
Wait.
I mean, Astra will also want botany and...
I know that. Don't worry.
He will give them.
What I'm doing is I'm giving you guys books that you could share between you. One sort of coded a little bit more blue and sparkly, one coded a little bit more mushy and mossy, and then you can trade, because I know you guys have shared interests. But what I was going to say, to challenge you then, it's the music of botany, arranging various singing plants and mushrooms so that they create jaunty tunes and other dirges.
Also, I imagine that also like piles
of mushroom and its friends
piles all of these up in Astra. Sounds like, do you think we got enough? He peers over the top.
Well, this is certainly a start.
Yeah, I agree.
And you guys with like 6 books each kind of turn around and you see Bluey. Now, Bluey, you were looking for books as well. Zarina having said, the house is yours, pointing out her office is the only place which is off limits, and obviously Luran's bedroom. You just open a door thinking, maybe this will be a library. You see a little too late that you've opened the door to Nakia's bedroom.
Oh.
Nakia's bedroom appears to be a...
Nakia Brony.
No.
Oh, that was death.
That was death. Appears to be a young man's room.
Even worse, actually.
There is like a basket filled with like clothes that is like a little bit spilling over. They haven't been washed. There's like laundry that's not been put away. The bed is made, which is good. And there's like bowls of like grapes that have been like half finished, and there's like just the pits and the vines just like filled in them.
This is disgusting.
Yeah.
Astra just looks like they have the absolute like you might need to hold them back from just immediately going and trying to clean up this mess.
Also, it's like, absolutely not. You will teach him bad habits and to rely on others. And pulls Astra out.
2 things though, 2 more details. You find a wall full of cross stitch.
Oh, that's so
the cross
cute.
stitch all seems to be scenes from the surrounding area. So there's like some skies. There is a horse. There is a sketch of one of the horses you recognised that Nakia was exercising in the field on his bedside, as well as one of Sarazar and Luran together. They look kind of toothy and smiling.
Oh.
And on the far wall is something that might interest you guys. Seems to be the only area of the room that's really well kept. Is a large kind of like mannequin, not like mannequin, a body form, off which hangs what appears to be some ceremonial like armor, which is everyone maybe a history check.
Ooh.
9.
Where's H 15?
All right.
I'm too busy trying to be like, Astra, no, resist the mumming urges.
21.
21. Sparks and Astra, you guys kind of notice that this is this is not a Feywild, a garment with its origins in the Feywild. This is something that has its origins in the material plane. More specifically, from the sort of like make, the style, this seems to be quite an antiquated gown of Carnet origin, with kind of plate in sort of as part of the design. It's more of like a ceremonial armor, with like a robe built in.
How big is it?
It's probably sized to fit someone of Nakia's stature.
Interesting.
But like a little bit wider in the shoulders.
Do you think he wears that?
Did he make it and emulate it in the style of?
Can I ask?
Mm-hmm.
Has this got any royal bearing to it?
Make an investigation check.
Could I argue for advantage because I am a royal?
Yes.
Investigation. 12.
12. It's definitely courtly. Yes. Rich. But it seems also dusty.
Also blows on it.
Blowing on it, you kind of get up close and you kind of like shine a bit of it with your thumb, just like a bit of the metal. You can see it's quite old and quite delicate.
We shall ask Sarazer about it.
And as you kind of are getting up,
nearby.
Oh, he was at the spa apparently.
as you guys are getting up close to it and just kind of rubbing your fingers along and like kind of just examining the fabric, you just hear, "What are you doing in here?"
We're looking for Nakia to potentially invite him to the spa.
Also, Astra is going to kind of is going to prestidigitate the armor clean because it's dusty.
And you turn around, obviously, and you see Sarazer, which I think all of you have guessed, and he looks miffed.
The terrible trio.
I don't think Bluey would. I don't think Bluey would have entered the room.
Sure.
I think, yeah.
Just all staring
Sorry,
at
guys.
Then you were just staring and standing in the doorway, and you just feel a presence behind you, Sparks, and all of a sudden, Sarazer is very up close, and he just says what he says, and he says, "That's not yours."
Apologies.
Best
I was trying not to clean the room, but I failed.
Did try and stop her.
Sarazer looks between the two of you, looks down at Ulster, looks down at you, Sparks, looks back at Ulster.
How tall is Sparks?
Yeah, I'm.
Looks up at you, Sparks.
Isn't Sparks like 6'5"?
I'm 6'5". I think the way I hold my head maybe can bring me a bit lower. But
You guys like 5'5", yeah.
Sparks looks down at you, Ulster, and Seer. Well, Ulster, when he catches your eye, he goes, "Ugh," and looks and leaves. Just turns around immediately and leaves.
Hey! Ulster's like, have I got something on my face?
Just get out of there. It's not your room.
Sorry, I was trying to look for books.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Where is the armor from? Ulster sticks his head out of the door like...
He seems to be ignoring you.
Definitely not from around here.
Sorry, so I hear that. Aelin, what did you say?
Not from around here.
Not from around,
Not from around here.
You say as you dust the shelves.
I've let go. I've given up.
Okay.
I wonder after Sarazer, assuming he did not hear me.
When Nakir comes back, that room is going to be clean, including all of the clothes put up and like.
You start cleaning the room.
No,
it's never looked better.
The bin is empty of clothes. They're all put away.
I'm going to say though, you do find obviously a pair of boots, which Nakir was wearing clearly in the field, just because you're cleaning. And you find that sort of pressed into the grooves of the soles, you find some interesting looking mushrooms, which you think may be edible, if you want to pocket those.
Definitely not, but Astra observes them, considers them, analyzes them, like, druid crafty brain is working.
You can look at the mushroom book later and see if you can identify.
You can also show it to Ulster.
So, Ulster, you hear Astra go,
mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
Because well, they found something interesting. But Sarazer, did you hear what I asked you a question?
So Sarazer is walking up the stairs, just turns around and goes, "What?
Where's the armor from? It's well made.
I mean, I suspect it's from Kalkan, or it's at least made here, but made to look like it's, or it emulates something of Kalkan. I don't know much about Kalkan.
Okay. Happy?
Is it made for Nakia or?
No.
Okay.
Cool.
Did you enjoy your trip to the spa?
No. He just keeps walking.
Oh, you've already been to the spa. Oh.
Wait, hang on. He turns around.
Oh,
He
speaking
looks
of,
red in the face. How did you know I went there?
your mum told us.
How did she know I went there?
I don't know. Speaking
Oh,
of,
seems
could
to
I
you
just kind of
know
assumed that your mum knows everything.
Yeah, we all advance on Saraza.
Can you guys leave me alone?
Well, could you just tell us how to get to the spa and then we'll leave?
Also, do you have
You
any
need-
interesting books?
Why do you think if I had any, I would let you read them?
I need to go to the loo. Can we pause for 2 seconds?
It was just a
I
question.
love you guys so much.
And you seemed much more, how do I put this, amicable last night. Did something happen?
Did something happen? Yeah, something happened! You...
I clearly wasn't there, so I don't actually know. You really don't have to take this out on me.
Oh.
You
Sorry.
weren't there. You were all there.
No, I wasn't. I went to go look for Nakir again, because that boy does need some socialization, and...
So Astra, I can't remember if Astra was there or not.
Astra had left.
Okay. So, we knew why we were here, and we felt awkward. Oh yes, okay. So Sarah and Ulster and we were at the spa. Wait, how did we already? No, we went to a little outdoor thing.
You
We
went
went to the
to help him
private-
clean up a house.
Yeah.
Yeah, Astra was
No,
there
Astra
cleaning
was
up
there
the
for that.
house. Astra
And then
left
after that, the guys came
afterwards.
back, and then there was issues.
Look, I mean, Ulster didn't lie, but he didn't sort of say exactly why we were here, and that we already knew Luran. And I mean, I'm sorry about that. She says louder, and looking away.
His response will come when Lily comes back.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure that you guys all can have some input. Oh my god. He's so annoying. Also, he's such a meanie bobini. He will be cute and happy again, I'm sure.
Someday. I saw last night. My friend is a very talented violinist, and she did. She was in orchestra doing a bunch of things, but it included Tchaikovsky's Spitz of Swan Lake.
Oh,
Really
cool.
cool. And
That's awesome.
I'm seeing her perform tonight in her piano trio that does arrangements of video game music.
Oh, awesome.
And
That's
there's
so
going to be
cool.
I love
is
that.
it going to be a debut of an Undertale medley that is 20 minutes long and 3 movements?
Tell them to do a Baldur's Gate one.
I will suggest it. I should listen to Baldur's Gate music myself then. Yeah.
You should, it's so good. I Want to Live, the classical version, is my fave.
I want to live. I want
I'll
to
put it on
live.
right now for me to listen to. You guys won't be able to hear it, but
I want to live BG3.
don't know if you guys can hear that, but
Did I miss something?
no, only what Anna was saying about Anna and was saying about video game music, and
Nice.
went to go see a performance. It sounded very cool, and I suggested that we had they play Baldur's Gate music because it's a performance of video game music.
Yeah. I want to go see it.
So
what was happening?
I think in response to what you said,
Show us the way to the spa.
there was a little bit. Actually, there was a little bit that overran after you left. In summary, basically saying that please don't take your anger out on us.
Oh, who said that?
Or on Astra, because Astra was not. Astra has no idea what happened at the spa. Like, so when Ulster, Saraza, and Sparks were not at the spa. Sorry, I keep getting this wrong.
With Luran.
Private pool with. No, we were.
Oh, when he found out that
With
Ulster was
Zoe,
dating Luran.
Yeah, you guys
Well,
weren't. You guys didn't go.
found out
You went.
after.
Right, don't. Just so you know, you guys had a bath. This is confusing. I understand it now. There was a bath with Serena, and then
Astra
you
was
guys
there.
went and did some cleaning.
Yeah.
And then Astra went off to find Nakia. Wasn't
Oh,
able
sorry.
to.
Were we with Serena? Oh my
You
god,
were.
sorry.
And then after all of that, at the end of last session, there was some drama because obviously it came out that you guys were there with Luran, and Saraza and Luran hate each other. So, scene.
Yeah. Technically, you shouldn't take your anger out on any of us.
He just, I think, scoffs and says, I'm not taking my anger out on you all. I'm just trying to warn you, but you clearly won't listen.
Warn us about what?
Where associating Luran with Luran Dahane will land you. And no, you can't borrow my books. Obviously.
Ulster's torn because Luran was like, don't make friends with Saraza. Well, he goes up. If you could just tell us where the spa is, that would be very kind of you. Also, I left you a gift on your desk to apologise. It is not a shit, as your mum said.
He looks bewildered and then storms over to his room, opens the door, looks inside. What the fuck is this?
What?
He goes.
Did Ulster? We don't know, do we?
You can go look if you want.
I think very slowly approaches. Slowly but loudly approaches. Like, she's
Also-
not trying to jump him.
All you had to say
okay.
was that we couldn't borrow your books. You didn't necessarily have to be rude about it.
If you go look, especially if you go up Sparks, you'll see on Sara's desk. Astra, do you go too?
Yeah, Astra is tailing behind Sparks.
Why don't you just look into the rooms in this house?
You would see on Sara's desk, there's a tiny globe of very thin ice, and inside it is a little cactus.
He's just trying to pick it up and he's like, it's attached! And he ends up moving the desk.
I thought it might brighten up the desk.
It doesn't need brightening up, it's a desk, it's for writing.
Yes, but it just sits in the corner and keeps you company.
It's not it can't talk to me.
That's what you think.
What did you trap in there? Hello! He like leans in. And like gets a
Who makes the cactus wiggle?
I have heard spells where you can talk to plants before.
Do you want to try it?
I don't think I'm quite that
Do I
advanced
have a
yet.
choice?
Maybe we can ask Serena when she's done with her other business.
Harrison just stares like gobsmacked at his desk and this wiggling, dancing cat. With the little sunglasses on and the sombrero.
Can Astra make the cactus bloom?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can. He's like, what the fuck?
That's a nice addition.
Oh, thank you. I've been practicing.
Good.
What is wrong with you people?
It was just a gift.
I don't want it.
Oh, it was just to say sorry that we were all so noisy.
I'm drawing a little cactus.
Don't you remind me.
Also looks particularly smug when he says that.
Get out.
Well, you haven't told us how to get to the spa yet.
And I'm not going to! Get out!
But Sarah said we can't get out if you don't tell us where to go to the spa, because that's
You can! You have legs! And the door is open. Please!
also like pulls out a blank piece of paper. Map?
Takes the paper, picks up a pen.
What does it say?
Fuck you.
Now let's try that again. He folds it over and gives it back.
He smacks it away. Will you stop bothering me?
Just please.
Make a charisma check.
I feel like, honestly, we're really trying not to bother you, but,
7.
Sorry. Ulster, he bats the paper out of your hand.
Ow.
And Astra, what did you say?
I feel like we're really trying very hard not to bother you, but,
You are not trying hard. You're turning cactuses blue and asking me for directions to somewhere that's right over there, right next door.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
Which way?
thank you.
thank you.
When you say next door, there's multiple next doors. Can you
There are so many people you could ask this question.
But we wanted to come see how you were.
Bothering! The definition of it.
Your mum said that you had to go to the spa, so you thought you were tense.
I'm not telling you how to get there.
We know the direction. I think we'll be able to suss it out. And
Wait.
Spark starts to step away.
Terribly sorry.
Unless we
for
wander
all
into
the
the forest and get eaten by the
inconvenience.
mushrooms.
Stop it! Stop. If I tell you where this place is, will you leave me alone?
Could also show us.
Yes. Yes, we
Why
will
would I
leave
do
you
that?
alone.
Because Ulster puts his hands on his hips. Because if we wander into the forest and get eaten by mushrooms or other fey fauna or flora, then we cannot help you retrieve your ward. So it would be in your best interest to show us to the spa.
Wait, you also haven't seen him? He didn't come back here yesterday?
Oh, I was talking about your ward in Eldrelith. Are you talking about Nakia?
There's two.
No, I didn't
You-
find Nikir last
Did you?
night.
No.
Do
Maybe
we
he's
need to
at
help
the
you
spa.
find Nikir?
He is probably at the spa. He has occasionally gone there in hopes of finding...
Oh, it's so cute.
Haha!
That's exactly what it looks like.
Finding a release of tension. So let's go. But I am not talking to any of you on the way.
It's going to be very boring if you don't talk to us.
I like being bored. How's that sound?
Insight check. 19.
19. He's obviously lying. Nobody likes to be bored.
Can I wait until we're like 5 minutes into the walk before I try to talk to him?
Okay, so you guys are going to... Right. Somehow, Sarazar is on this journey with you, whether you like it or not.
Got him.
Astra, every now and again, he keeps looking at you like, And the big stack of books you're carrying, like, checking the titles, making sure you've not raided his shelves. Did you raid his shelves?
No. Sarazar,
Would you like to?
is there a problem? Do you have a question?
What are you looking at? Also, like,
I mean, last
Astra,
night
he
you
looks in
were...
the other direction away from you, makes eye contact with Bluey, looks the other direction, makes eye contact with Ulster, looks up.
Previously, you hadn't noticed me at all, and now you're choosing not to. I feel like there must be some sort of problem, and we can't solve it unless you voice it, so it really would just be much less frustrating if you just voiced your frustrations and let us move past it.
I don't... He looks at all of you, and to be honest, he looks bewildered, and he just says, I don't know any of you.
what?
I don't know who you are. I thought you worked here, which is why I was nice to you, because I'm nice to everyone I work with.
Yeah, you should be nice to people who you don't pay to be here.
That's not. My God, that is
Also
obviously
does make a good point.
not what I meant.
Thank you, Astra.
So, let me put it to you this way. Okay.
Yeah.
If you had been strangers, I, for example, wouldn't have asked you to help me clean. Because obviously that would be stupid, because you don't work for me.
But it's just nice to do favours.
Yes, so
And I
do
do
you want
rather
me
like
to...
cleaning, so...
Oh my god.
I don't really like cleaning because I don't know how to do it very well, but I'm learning.
I don't
use
really
magic
like
for it,
people.
so
Well, is it that you don't like talking to us, or that you are upset that we are Luran's friends / more than friends?
You know what? And he just says, yes,
acquaintances.
I don't like you people because of your acquaintance with Luran. Fair enough.
Acquaintance,
I don't trust
friend,
you.
fiance.
Oh god.
Thought we were being very honest now. Do you want to see the ring? Oh,
Please tell me I'm not invited.
you don't want to come?
No.
Is he okay?
I see that.
Bar is
it's
over there.
Simply
okay?
that you just really are not on a good relationship with Luran, and I'm sorry for that.
Can you guys decide whether or not you like me or you hate me?
What?
Because you're sending me really mixed messages. I don't like it.
I haven't decided yet. I thought you were going to come into the spa to look for Nakia, though.
Yes, I don't really have an opinion. I thought you were quite genteel when we first met, but the mixed signals seem to be that you were very rude afterwards, and it was very confusing.
You've confused them. Wait, Astra, you said you're acquaintances with Luran, but we're friends, right?
Yes, Luran said that we weren't friends, so I didn't want to assume that we were.
Oh, he's probably just having a tantrum. Give him a week and he'll be fine.
Give him 10 years and he won't be.
I left him a note, but
I'm sure he threw it away and burnt it.
No, I think I saw that note in his journal. I've been bookkeeping for him. He keeps a lot of scrap pieces of paper everywhere.
Maybe he has changed his tune. Shame he didn't direct any of that at the people who mattered to him.
Maybe if you spoke to him, you could find out.
He just says nothing. Spy's here, and you guys kind of, after about 15 minutes of walking and bickering, see ahead of you a kind of very familiar sight for some of us, a kind of wooden fence made out of tree logs that have been roughly cut but very nicely arranged, with a kind of large door that opens up, and there's steam kind of rising, and as you kind of go through, this facility kind of opens up, and it is like, at first it's sort of, there's a range of pools you can go into. There's obviously changing rooms.
Do we get asked if we want the special package?
Well, just you wait. And then there is like another section at the back which has another wall of wooden sort of like trunk-like.
If I was a lonely boy, where would I go?
If you were a lonely boy, where would you go? Okay, so you see like this.
I'm imagining I'm Nakia, you see.
Sarah's just goes, oh god. And he says, I am going to ask around the surrounding area to see if anybody has seen him. If you do hear anything, please report back. And just
well, how about I go with you, and Ulster, you can message me with the stone if you find
You're absolutely right. We should split up and cover more ground.
No, I'm happier alone.
No, you should have someone going with you.
Don't punch me.
I didn't punch you. I tapped you. If I punched you, it'd be more like. Sorry.
You can demonstrate the punch on me if you want.
He takes your hand. No. God damn it! Why does everyone do the same mistakes? Follow through with your shoulder. Right. He almost throws Ulster around, and he looks over at you, Bluey, and says, I was going to train you, but...
You still could. She's not sleeping with Luran.
Oh, did you want to go with Bluey then, and I'll go with Ulster? Or Sparks, sorry.
That's fine.
Somebody make some sort of check for this.
Insight check? Or persuasion?
A luck thing.
Do you seem enthusiastic or not so?
She's... She doesn't... She wants, like... She wants peace to be kept, and she doesn't know how.
She's like, Ulster, shut up!
So I think she's been doing a lot of, like, looking down,
Okay, Sarah's are appreciating that you seem like the quieter of the three. Says, if I have to go with someone, fine, I will go with you.
Also, the persuasion check is a 19 plus 7 for 26.
Jesus fucking Christ! All right, fine, I'll go with you, and I'll show you a few things. But
well, you guys can all go together, and I can wander around by myself.
no, if anyone is wandering around by themselves, it's me.
But we already voted that they wanted to go with you.
No, incorrect. Get away.
In which case, Sparks, do you want the sending stone?
Sorry, who's
I'll go with Astra. You guys
we
go
split in
together.
two.
Yeah.
I will go with Sparks. You two look in here. And he just turns around and just, okay,
Any tips? Nikki has curly hair, right?
they're okay, but look, I don't know how to say this. And he looks incredibly uncomfortable. I know. Look, we may not like each other, but that doesn't mean we...
I haven't decided yet.
I may not like you, but that doesn't mean...
You don't know us. Sorry.
Just don't shove your noses in business that isn't yours, okay? Go on. And he turns around and motions you to follow Sparks.
He seemed really uncomfortable about something. Can't imagine what it was. I loop my arm with Astra. Let's go.
Okay, so we'll go with you two first.
Also seems very happy to be here. He's very jovial.
You guys notice that there is a sort of like group, maybe like family, like relaxing area. There's more of like a washing area.
I don't see
these
Nikia.
leveled pools. And you kind of look around, and then you're given towels, you're given a change of clothes that you wear, just the modesty outfit. Yes.
Finish describing, and then I have something I want to do.
Also, kind of going off of what you said earlier, like, where would a lonely...
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I think I'd go up to a tender and say, if I was a lonely boy, where would I go?
There are a couple people here. There are...
No, you're going to get a very different type of answer.
With long curly hair that goes halfway down her back, with like a really like butterfly eyelashes, with little jewels on the tips, large kind of like bright eyes, and like tanned skin. And she appears to be wearing clothing that is like quite loose and casual, like a robe almost, but a little bit more demure, a little bit more
Suitable for the spa.
Suitable for the spa, but also suitable for escorting people through the spa. And she's very beautiful. And you go up to her and she says, "Hello, darling. Yes, how can I help?"
If I was a lonely boy, where would I go?
Is that code, my dear?
She touches also, and he's like, no, we're looking for someone.
Ah, pardon me. I thought you were seeking perhaps my own services, but yeah, if you're looking for someone, I will
Do
be
your
honest.
services include finding people?
No, they don't, darling.
I
Finding who they truly are.
have a question, if you don't mind. Astra just raising her hand like she's in class.
Yes, darling. And then I will finish what I was saying.
I know that client lists are generally private, but if you could just tell us whether or not somebody is here or not, and then we can leave if they're not here.
Describe them to me.
I was just going to give you a name, if that's all right.
Tell her we're from the Dehane estate, Ulster says loudly.
You're from the Dehane estate?
Yes, we're looking for Nakir.
Mickey. Oh.
Has he been in today?
No. He hasn't. And then she looks at you guys kind of like wickedly and just says, "But it's so wonderful to get another visit from the Dehane estate in a whole day. Not even a whole day, a morning."
Can I do an insight check?
Yes.
I flat out ask her, what do you mean?
What do you mean? Okay, we'll get to the insight first.
What do you mean?
That's a 21.
21.
21. Sorry, I'm a bit stimmy.
That's okay.
I feel like it's rubbing off. The stimulus.
Yeah, also after just like bouncing.
They are having that good like neurodivergent parroting. Just
sure. So, a 21. You guys can. Oh, that looks good actually. The lighting is nice.
Woo!
Bit brighter, yeah. So you, with the 21, you can tell actually from the way she holds herself, from the kind of like smile, the way she's looking at you, Astra, specifically, that this is a prostitute, perhaps, or a, let's say, someone who is paid to spend time and emotional time and romantic time, platonic time with people. And she gives you a little wink when she kind of sees you kind of like getting the measure of her. And then in response to you, Ulster flat out saying, "What do you mean?" She just says, "It is as your friend said, our client lists are strictly confidential, but the gossip is rife, and I can't tell you anything."
But you just said that it was the second Dehane here in a day.
My friend might be able to tell you something.
Who's your friend?
My brother.
You have a brother?
I have a brother.
Is he pretty?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to meet him?
Sure.
You
That's
are,
true.
I suppose, looking for a lonely boy, and
So true. That's so true. That's true. So funny.
if you are looking for a lonely boy, I think this might be another option for you. Come with me, and I'll just let you know now that
But
clothes
that's
are optional
not-
beyond this point.
No, that's not on topic. We were on a mission to find someone, and since he's not here, we can always come back.
You can be boring if you want, but
I want to meet her brother.
if anybody wants to come with me, you can.
Come on, Astra. It will take like 5 minutes.
And she kind of
Come
comes
right
up to
this
you, Astra,
way,
and she
and I'll
just
show
like
you
runs
the
her hand
lonely
down
boy
your
package.
face and just says, "You're saying you don't want to spend a little time with me?"
Come on, Astra. She's really nice.
I mean, she is really nice. Just
Nikia's probably fine. Come on. He pulls you a little bit. You can choose whether or not to go.
I mean, Astra will go wherever Ulster pulls, but it seems that like she's not really interested in the prostitute's play, essentially.
Fair enough. Neither is Ulster. He just wants to meet Lila's brother.
She says, "How do you know my name?" "By the way, my name is Lila. What's yours?"
Ulster. Nice.
I think sensing that you're not super keen, she backs off. Astra, but says, "In case you change your mind, you get half off."
Why?
Why not? And leads you into a more private area. And like you said, from this point, clothes are optional. And you get to sort of be taken to a back room. And she says, "This is where they were. I don't know if my brother might know any more than I do, but
Let's interrogate him."
and
Now that I'm a little bit more interested in.
okay. She opens this door, and you see a beautiful pool with a kind of like fountain built into it, which makes quite a loud waterfall almost noise.
Ulster's like, "Well, looks really good though."
And kind of sitting underneath it, in like the hollow of the waterfall, where they won't be hit by the water, but they're almost shielded by it. Just reclining back is a young man with curly pink hair, bright eyes, skin similar to Lila's, not too dark, not too light, and he stretches like a cat and sits up and says, "I wasn't expecting more visitors."
Hi, what's
Dear
your name?
sister. Hello, darling. My name is Glade. I'm pleased to meet you. Are you who I am going to be spending my time with?
Oh,
today?
Ulster's genuinely flustered by this one.
Or perhaps, and he looks over at Astra, the night
Astra-
sky themselves.
Astra is only making eye contact with both Lila and Glade. Like
And,
it's
you
not
see
even
a-
like a distraction. Like, we just had questions.
I am but a simple homosexual. I can't. We have questions.
Of course, and they walk through the waterfall. It kind of like parts around them. Their hair kind of gets wet and sticks to them. They're completely naked, and they sort of like wade down into the water and say, "All questions can be enjoyed down here. Would you like to get in?"
Very, very, very tempting. We would like to place on the table that this is a non-sexual negotiation. It is a friendly exchange.
Indeed, I still charge for those.
That's fine.
Okay.
We have lots of money.
Yes, well, you're from the Dehane estate, I hear. You can afford it, I'm sure. Sit down. Lila, would you mind fetching us some lemon ginger tea? And Lila says, "I'm not a waitress, okay?"
I'm not a waitress, darling.
And does come back a couple minutes later with some tea. And you guys can sit down in the water. And Glade leans forward and just says, "Lila is very precious of her client list, but
You're not.
I'm not."
So we have some questions. A Dehane came to see you this morning.
Indeed.
Do you mind telling us which one?
Which one are you looking for?
Well, we were looking for the Nikia.
It's not Nikia. Guess again.
It's not Luran, is it?
Well,
No.
of course not. It would just be Sarazer.
Sorry, Astra?
It would have to be Sarazer.
It has to be, doesn't it?
Oh, he did go to the spa, but I didn't know if he... Oh.
Luran does more...
No, he does
My
nothing.
sister's
He does
end.
nothing. He does not... No one and no one these days.
Oh, really?
No.
That's a shame.
No, it's
See,
not.
he really did enjoy my sister's company.
No.
Occasionally, right?
Well, that's great for the past. Puts Glade's hand. No.
Also, if like we had to, Astra would have just gone like straight naked into the pool with Glade.
Also would wear his undergarments and
You don't have to, but if you want to, Glade does not protest. And does waft over and kind of nestle between the two of you and just says,
also enforces a strict distance barrier.
I suppose.
Like, I am a promised man.
Oh.
Nothing can stray me from the path of God.
Sure. And like I said, I'm not telling you anything, but if I can confirm or deny, then I'll try to do my best.
Wait, Sarazer was seeing you.
Who was he? Wasn't he? Which do you think it is?
ever?
Oh shit! Don't know why that's playing.
Wait, but I thought Sarazer just came here to cry.
He does mostly. So they say.
Do you have some secrets?
Do I? I don't think I do. I don't think I don't.
Also, like, hold on. He goes to his bag, comes back with a diamond.
What would you like to know?
I knew it. Well, Sarazer, you see, has been a bit, he's in a bad mood. Do you have anything that could perhaps help us alleviate his bad mood?
Appeal to him.
What's wrong? He seems tense. He seems upset.
Okay, so.
Sordid history. Go.
When Sarazer and Luran were much younger, I'm sure you know, being associates of the Dehane house, but in case you don't, I'll enlighten you, there was a little tiffle. A bird told me that Luran was involved in a smuggling ring, the deepest level of corruption in all of Kalkan, the place they had run to for sanctuary from, well, the Ventress. And he hisses the last name, like it's a secret. But you didn't hear that from me. I have clients. Anyway.
Are
with
any
all
of
that
those people your clients?
The Ventress. They're boring.
Yuck.
They smell like cheese. Stodgy wine.
I like you.
I do too.
There are some little bloodsuckers in the Sealy Court that I like to frequent, but I won't say anything more. Those are more expensive secrets. But I'll tell you this much.
Diamond's pretty expensive. Go on.
Things are rarer than diamonds, darling. Especially here. But a diamond will buy you Dehanes. So, I will explain. Where was I? This isn't Emma trying to remember where they were.
Sordid secrets, smuggling ring. Luran and Sarah had a tiff.
Luran was involved in a smuggling ring, corruption of the highest caliber.
It does sound like Luran.
Now, of course, I'm sure you also know that Sarasa was once the darling of the Carnet court. No?
No, we didn't know that at this point in time.
He was gifted in swordcraft, but his parents' status and lack of funds prevented him from rising much further than his meagre station, that of a merchant's child. And so he decided to go to the material plane, where his prospects were better, even though the connections were less so. And he caught the eye of the Empress at the time, an awful old woman, but, you know, they all are, aren't they?
Well, I mean...
If you are the head of an empire, darling, I don't know if you've got the best background. Regardless. Smile.
Not an empire, just...
Nice diamonds, by the way. They're very cold. And when catching their eye, they became affiliated with the Carnet court and gained certain boons and certain traumas, which meant that they could go back many years later when Luran needed sanctuary. Also meant that when the empire fell apart, Sarasa volunteered himself, very willingly, to rescue what remained of that dynasty he dearly loved.
His ward's part of the royal family.
Indeed. Her name is Danuel Karadaman Yazar, and she's the darling daughter of the last empress.
I knew it! Somehow.
There's another child, a Ural, but I believe he has been long dead or in hiding. Nobody knows.
That's sad.
Mm. And there is rumours that there is a small corral of courtiers who are somewhere out there, but nobody knows where they are. They could be lost, they could be dead, and it could all be a rumour, but he clings quite tightly to it. I think he has hopes that he might be able to reunite the Skulls with her family one day. But for now, he's decided to at least try and reunite her with Nikia.
And Luran did something bad to Sarasa.
Yes, Danuel, she almost died when she was a child, you see. She was to be transported to a prayer, and in the fray, on the ship, turned out Luran had organised, let's just say, a shift of cargo, poorly timed, that went devastatingly wrong and resulted in death.
What do you mean? Can you clarify?
Can I? One of those on the lips, and then I'll do it.
Cheek.
He organised a smuggle for a rare potion, something used in the Upraean gauntlets.
I look at Astra, I'm like...
A severe potion which mires the mind of those who drinks it if you take too much, but allows them great strength. Issues being that, obviously, it's a dangerous substance, and a lot of people get addicted to it and want to keep their hands on it.
So Luran organised a drug deal that went wrong.
With a child on board, a very valuable child, who, in the mix-up, was thrown overboard and lost her leg and almost her life because of it.
Ooh. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
They found her 3 months later, washed up on the coast.
How did she end up in the water?
I don't know. Why would it matter? It's a tiny detail.
Did anyone else end up in the water?
No.
Well, then it seems very specific that the child would choose to jump into the water.
I don't know the details, darling. All I know is that she ended up washed up in some convent or something, in a prayer, and Saraza rescued her from a circle of clerics and paladins, and other healers. Apparently they were the ones who looked after her leg.
Right. And they haven't spoken about this in how long?
Should be, how old are you?
Do you want the human years or the Fey years?
Ooh, interesting. Faye.
19.
19. Should be about your age, so just over a decade or two.
I look at Astra like, oh, yeah. It's pretty bad, isn't it? What's your opinion?
My opinion.
Yeah.
My opinion, and they turn their cheek towards you, Astra. My opinion.
You really don't have to do it if you don't want to, Astra.
Oh, are you trying to get me to give you a kiss?
Little kid.
Astra will kind of like run their finger across their chin and kind of like turn it towards them to kiss them on the lips.
Whoa.
You feel tongue.
Oh my god!
If you don't deny.
Also immediately jumps back. No.
Astra
I am not.
doesn't, object.
Yes, but I am not here for that. So if you're going to do that, I am going to leave. Just saying.
Okay,
Great.
now how's that for interest now? Interesting information now.
Great. Pulls away and just kind of does a little shoulder shake. Looks a little proud of themselves. And he says, I'll tell you anything, honestly. My loyalty may be to his coin and somewhat to his heart, but I am what I am, and that's not going to change.
So if we wanted to maybe help Saraza
To
be less grumpy,
yes.
would you have any insight in how to alleviate his grumpiness?
Get Luran to say sorry.
But what if Saraza had also done maybe not very nice brotherly things to Luran, and maybe neither of them wanted to say sorry, but maybe we wanted to ingratiate ourselves on both sides in order to bring them together?
You could rescue his ward.
We're going
It's
to
on
do
that
that.
all the time.
We're going to do that.
Okay, does he know?
Yeah,
Does he want you to?
we have to.
If you want to get on his good side, honestly, the only thing that I can suggest would be to pray he fundamentally changes his character. No, I'm joking. I think that you would need to find a way to build a bridge between him and Luran.
Right.
Or failing that, if you aren't as affiliated with Luran, then
Oh, we're affiliated, yes, with
you
Luran.
are affiliated.
Yeah.
Then perhaps instead of that, to take him to Kalkan.
There's kind of war going on there right now. So, maybe later.
Maybe later.
Yeah, maybe later.
I think the ward might be your option then.
Okay. And do you have any tips for genuinely making Saraza happier? Because he's a bit of a sourpuss right now.
Saraza enjoys genuine connection.
Right.
Earnest, honest, loyal to a fault.
Mm-hmm. I've been very honest, and he doesn't seem to appreciate that.
Well, his version of honesty includes not telling full truths. He's guilty of that himself, but I think he's quite jaded after all this.
Well, how about any favorite food or drink?
Oh, he likes a hot tea.
He likes chicken sandwiches.
He likes chicken, yes, I believe he does. He likes to ride horses. He likes to practice spying with people. If he thinks you're on his level, he'll be more friendly to you. If you can show him your strength
What if we're physically weak but mentally strong?
That also is fine. If you just have a way you can show that to
What
him.
if we're neither?
Well, then you're fucked. By me, no.
I was like, no.
Show him some strength, however you can. I think he'll respect you more for it. If he thinks you're a hanger-on, he'll have no respect for you.
What is a hanger-on?
Someone who... Don't worry about it.
That's been very helpful.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
That's all fine.
I can see why Saraza likes you.
Can you?
Yes, you're very forthcoming and friendly.
Oh, it's very sweet. I mean, he's handsome, so... But I'm sure you've all seen that.
Oh, do you like Saraza?
I don't know. He's all very emotional.
Do you think he likes you?
Does it matter?
Oh, I'm just interested.
I think that I'm his favourite. At least here.
Hmm.
But I'm not number one in his heart. I think that honour belongs to someone buried 6 feet in the ground.
Yikes. Wow. He must feel really sad about that.
I know where they're buried if you ever want to go. He told me.
Well, it'll probably be a bit overstepping if we suddenly said, hey, let's go to your dead loved one's grave. Maybe.
Yeah. First love, actually. There were 2 of them.
Wow. That's tragic.
It's true.
I can kind of see why he was so grumpy. But I left him a gift this morning. He didn't really appreciate it. So
What was the gift?
It was a cactus.
He starts laughing. Also, do you understand the meaning of a cactus?
It is an easy to maintain cactus, and you don't have to water it very much. And he was being a bit of a prick, so I thought it was funny.
Cacti represent, and they look over at you, Astra, erotic love. Just so you're aware. And given the state he was in this morning, I don't think that that would be a good thing to be reminded of.
Oh.
Maybe we can change the plant, but it's such a practical gift. Seems a bit of a shame.
It is such a practical gift, you're so right.
Saraza was in a state.
Yeah.
I think we did bad things to Saraza, Astra.
I mean, I didn't leave him the gift, I just made it bloom, but
Well,
you can make other things bloom if you like.
wow.
Am I coming on too strong?
Yes. Yes, you are. No, I am Luran's fiance, and he will cut your hand off.
You tied him down?
Yep.
And in ways I never could. Gosh. What print just turned on? It was like the noise of inspiration.
Right. Well, I am curious. I am not going to inquire more because I feel like he would start asking Astra for more kisses. So
only if they want to give them.
Astra, do you want me to leave you with this one? Because I'm happy to leave.
I can ask Lila to come back in.
Yeah, y'all are both fine. I'm quite happy to leave. I'm ready whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I'm good to leave.
No fun!
You were with Saraza this morning.
I'm cursed with the libido of 15,000 men. And they just float face down in the water.
Can I prop them back up? It's okay. I'm sure we'll send him back to you in no time to deal with his stress issues.
Indeed. I'm sure you will. And anyone else you find lonely who looks handsome, just send them.
Well,
but the rich. Only the rich.
Right.
No charity today.
No charity. Well, Astra's not rich.
Charity, perhaps, only for you, darling.
Well,
you seem like you have a wealth of knowledge.
Horse's gotten out of the bath and is wrapped up in a robe. This has been enlightening. Nice to meet you, Glade.
Mm.
No. You and Lila are so fun. But no sign of Nikia. So actually, the information was only useful about Saraza. So,
Okay,
yes.
he did come in here.
What? You said he didn't. You
Well,
said
not today, but
When?
yesterday.
You could have led with that.
Why would I? Then I wouldn't have had a lovely conversation with you all. And gotten
Right.
kisses and money.
Why did Nikia come in yesterday?
Nikia came in yesterday because he was really hoping I'd be open to charity. I was not.
Even from a Dahane?
Nikia
Is not.
interests me, but
Zero res. Despite being
there are
oddly handsome.
certain... Look, yes, I suppose. But there is a certain genre of person who would be very much okay if their first interaction of a romantic or sexual nature was with someone like me, a beautiful prostitute who could make love to them all night. Unfortunately...
Also going increasingly red in the face as this conversation goes. I was like,
Unfortunately, sweet Nikia is not one of those people. Were I to ravish him, he would never be happy again, and I am certain that that would be good for no one. It is best if we don't bridge that gap until he's had a couple more, well,
failures
to jaunt over other bridges. But I did notice that he had perhaps the eye or look of someone who had been consuming psychedelics. So
drugs.
Yes, there's a fairly well-known mushroom patch around here.
Oh, perhaps the ones that I found in his shoes.
You found mushrooms in his shoes? Well, there you go. I was right. We use them as aphrodisiacs, but I think he was perhaps trying to consume them in hopes that they might aid his charisma. It's not entirely unfounded. They have been used to create elixirs and potions of great impression and riz, as you said.
Do you have any? Did he give you any hint about how many of these mushrooms he'd eaten?
We said he ate one, and then I just had a feeling it was probably more. But we don't accept people who are under the influence, so another reason why I could not accept him yesterday.
Well,
And you didn't think that was important to tell Saraza?
No. Yeah.
Well, knowing this, we could attempt to track him.
Services. He didn't offer me money for my secrets. Sorry, Astra, I spoke over you.
We could attempt to track him. Also, while Ulster is looking very, flushed, Astra just looks vaguely inquisitive and just completely nonplussed.
You're a stone wall, aren't you, darling?
There's a small smirk.
I think they know that intrigues you.
Yes, I know. Right. Another reason why me and Nikia wouldn't work is, see, this is more the sort of vibe. You have to be cool. You have to act like you don't want it. And then, anyway.
That doesn't sound like Saraza at all.
He's cool.
It's the fact that you want it that I find attractive. Without it, I kind of feel very little.
Come back later. Now, you want something to track him, yes? This love letter that he wrote me.
Yoink!
There you go.
I was just going to say we could go back to the estate and investigate his now very clean room, which, that was perhaps a mistake. I didn't clean his shoes, though. I left the mushrooms.
Well, I can turn into a dog and smell this letter and then find him, probably, so...
Astra, though, if you want to use some of your waterproof books that you brought to investigate what kind of mushrooms they were, where they could be found, to help Ulster's search, then that might also be of assistance. Whilst you guys do that, I'm just going to go to the toilet very quickly.
Can we have some more tea?
Should we have a 2-minute tea break and then we'll get back to the game?
Sounds good.
Back to the spa.
No, then we need to go to Sparks and
I'm joking.
Sarasa so that we can talk.
Yeah, they're also in the spa. Are you excited for your spa adventure?
They're outside the spa.
I have an idea.
Oh, no.
I have an idea to help search. Anyway, I also need to pee.
I'll have whatever.
Do you want the chili one?
Yeah, sure.
Mercury.
To stop you from accidentally eating it. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm.
Nice.
They're pretty good, actually.
Go for it.
Quite nice. Right. Okay. You can choose what it makes.
Can I have Venus?
So, you guys head outside, say goodbye. Well, one of you says goodbye to the others as they head into the spa. And you can start kind of having a wander around and, yeah, sure, for now. Having a look and seeing if there's anything that catches your eye or anything strange, or even just any people to talk to around here. And Sarasa is kind of quiet, and then as you're talking, as you're walking quietly, I'm going to have the phone volume. Sparks, you do notice there's a little flicker in his eyes, and he just says, so you use a sword.
Yes. I think she would have brought it with her. And she's got the armor on. She's, she's prepared. So yeah, she would sort of unsheath it a
Temple
bit.
of Bahamut? Or Tiamat? Or neither?
Oh, well, I don't originate from either, but certainly would favour one over the other. I would favour Bahamut over Tiamat.
It's not blasphemous to say here, no one really has any affiliation to the deities of the material plane. Not too much of one. I may be harsh, but I don't expect you to be kind to me either.
Do you generally not expect kindness of strangers?
No one does anything for free. I learnt that.
We do.
My God, that reminds me of the whole George Shamrock ordeal. If someone does something out of the kindness of their heart, they're usually lying to you or tricking you. It doesn't matter who it is.
I could offer another perspective. Someone doing something for you may still be selfish, but the selfish reason might be they feel good when they help others.
I don't believe that. If that's what you're saying, you feel. I don't believe you.
I'm not sure how I feel right now.
It's actually tiring being this. Doesn't matter.
Rude. Boorish. Horrid.
Scrutinizing. Luran isn't here right now, and I can at least lay off you a little bit. And focus on something else, Nikia.
Focus on. I have a feeling I might be able to help out with something specifically in focusing on maybe something on Nikir's person. How do paladins come into knowing about the spells that they like? How does this knowledge get gained when the level up happens? Is it usually the god being like, "Hey, this is the deal"? Because like she doesn't have a parlay.
You don't have a conversation so much. It's more your oath is where your magic kind of comes from. So with each renewed promise that you make, you feel your sort of like limits kind of falling away. So I think the more you do to kind of commit yourself to your oath, the more magic you kind of come into the understanding of. And I think, for example, knowing that you have something to protect, knowing maybe a bit better what it is you need to protect, right? For example, as you have your oath, I think it only makes sense that you have an innate magical connection to finding things that either service that or meet an end that would help you. So being able to find an object innately or a person based on an object, I think is just a logical next step to that. So it's like you come into the knowledge of it. And I think it can be a very unique thing to you. There's probably nobody else who feels the same way that you do about this or can do it in the same way that you do. So it can be whatever you want, really. I'm happy for you to add flavour.
Okay. Sorry if that sounded vague. I haven't done it before.
You have magic too, then?
Yes, I do. So
it's good. It'd be helpful, I suppose.
I was wondering maybe if Nikir is carrying something that he always carries with him. If you're able to, but the object isn't familiar to me. But maybe if it's a type of object, I'll be able to.
There are limitations to these things, I understand, but if you need me to describe something to you, I can, or give something to you, I probably can do that too.
Give?
He kind of touches his pockets and just says, I believe I have this letter he wanted me to deliver to someone. I didn't open it or read it, obviously.
It's a love letter to Glade.
He pulls out a little pink piece of paper that's been folded up. I didn't think about it, though.
One more than
Well, I mean, it's not on this person.
Could I have sound? It has to be on their person.
Well, as in, like, if I'm trying to find him, I want to try and find something that's on him.
He doesn't produce a letter. He says if you want something that he's always carrying, then I think he would say there's a locket I know very well.
Okay. If I wonder if I specify locket. Hopefully, there's not too many people with lockets around here.
Nikir's locket.
Okay. He describes it to you. You get a sort of sense of the thing, and you cast your mind out. Maybe holding the hilt of your sword, you just kind of like hold it to your chest, and you feel kind of the resonance, the steel pulling when you withdraw it from its scabbard. The sort of reflection in the steel, almost glowing. And there's a moment where that glow kind of reflects in the whites of your eyes, and you just get this vision of this object very clearly. And there's just a snapping sort of like, I know where that is.
Is it within 1,000 feet?
Yes, it is 1,000 feet of you.
If it's blocked by anything, I don't know exactly where it is, but if I know it's close by, then I can start from there.
For sure. I think it's not blocked by anything, but you know it is in the direction of the tree line, heading towards the forest.
Oh, I sense it. It's not. forest. Not the spa. Out in there. Shall we follow it?
Do you guys not want to collect us?
You can go if you like.
How do I contact the
Do you guys want to just be leaving this?
Yeah, we've come out with
Okay.
flushed faces.
So you guys
reminder
are,
that Astra would have given you the ascending stone.
Yes.
calling all units. And by units I mean the two people who I've travelled with who are here. I have a sense of where Nakia might be. Where he has a locket. Yes. We're outside. Oh yes. Oh, hello. Okay. Goodbye. Hello.
We had a wonderful time.
Glade says, please come back soon. Please.
Well, I won't, but they might. Goodbye.
Doubtful,
And you
but
guys,
thank you.
You win some, you lose some. Send me the bridge. Oh, hey, Saraza.
Oh yes, Glade.
Saraza just like sees Glade kind of waving from like above, like a window in the sort of wall, and his jaw just kind of drops and he just looks flabbergasted. He turns to you and he says, anything he told you's a lie.
Oh, really? Told us many things. Who knew you were into that, Saraza?
It's normal. I don't. He just says, look.
I
Everyone has
I don't know.
dreams, okay? It just happens. It's out of my control.
Yeah,
I'm going to follow Nakia now. Follow me,
dreamed.
please.
You dreamed about these things, Saraza. Wow, you can't believe it.
Astra is following Sparks.
Ulster's goading Saraza despite knowing nothing about what he's talking about. He's like, so, how do you feel about that?
I think you're bullshitting me.
Why would I be bullshitting you?
Make a deception check.
Okay, not bad. Where's my...
You're definitely not
It's
getting
not.
any help. Oh.
He narrows his eyes at you. Puts a chocolate in his mouth. Sorry, guys. Here to protect you.
They do, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, Glade didn't give me the sordid details, but I mean, can't believe it.
Thank God.
Shocking, shouts Saraza. What could have put such filthy thoughts into your head?
You don't think you had something to do with it?
What? Wait, what? What did you just say?
You don't think you had something to do with it? You and him, you were so loud. You were louder than two horses. I swear to God, there are no springs in that mattress. You just made the noises. You made the prestidigitation or something to mess with me, specifically me. And when I knocked on your door and you didn't shut up. And then when Zarina came to your door and you didn't shut up then.
Oh no, did this happen last night?
Yes.
Also, you
seem
see
to have gone to the source of his ire.
You see the colour in Ulster's face just rise all the way up to his
You
hairline.
should be embarrassed. I gave you an opportunity. You didn't take it. And then you came to my door. And you wanted peace. And then you left me a fucking cactus. Why do you think I would like you after all of these things? Why do you think I would want to be your friend?
I didn't do it on purpose.
But you're complicit.
I thought he had a silence spell up. Guess we haven't gotten to
Did
that.
you?
Wasn't sure.
You weren't sure. You didn't check.
Also still sipping his lemon and ginger tea that he got in a takeaway cup. Sorry?
Nakia, guys, do you want to?
Gotta go find my adopted son, brother.
We'll talk about this later.
Okay.
Sparks is like, stop it. Both of you. Right.
I was going to say I'm sorry for some of the stuff that I said, but actually I'm not.
What? I was just teasing you! We say this as we run after Sparks.
Teasing me.
Yeah, you know, in a fun, good-natured way.
Do you know what you sounded like? Do you know what?
Apparently I sound like a horse.
Yeah.
That's not very nice.
Are you gonna cry?
No, I'm just going to tell you that that's not very nice. I apologised. You don't have to forgive me, but you don't have to keep insulting me either.
Oh, that's such a good. He looks a little bit bad at that.
Also did just tease him when it's very clear that he does. Oh my god. Sorry.
Right, let's go.
Are you on his side? Also brings you into the argument.
No. Look, Sparks is trying to not listen, and she's trying to forge ahead, but she doesn't go too far because she just keeps looking back to check if you two are like following it pace or not.
So you guys all have very long legs. Can you like slow down by half a pace?
Astro's just kind of like been skipping along.
So, Sparks, you follow this sensation from the locket deeper into the forestry, and there is a sort of path, but it does diverge very quickly into a more overgrown sort of setting. And when you kind of veer off here, Saraza does hesitate, and he just says, "Wait, bickering aside."
Yes.
God. If he went this way, he could be in danger. We should make sure that we have everything we need if we keep going.
What's down there?
Something that might make him specifically rather vulnerable.
Could you explain?
I think it'll be clear very soon.
Should we make ourselves known to him and his surroundings, or should we be quiet about this?
If he's where I think he is, he will want discretion.
I would like to hold Astra's hand for comfort, because clearly Sparks is not on my side.
I
think you guys bonded over swords. Takes Astra's hand. We bonded over
mushrooms.
A kissing glade. There we go.
You what?
Let's continue.
You what? Only I can kiss him.
What do you mean?
Sarah's not understanding how sex workers work. Or he might know, but he might not emotionally know. Perhaps.
It was purely
I'm
for
in a bad mood.
information.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
What does he say? Sorry.
Ulster holding Astra's hand, looking very parroty. I'm in a bad mood and might be acting out.
Astra just says very casually, it was purely for information.
Yes.
Okay.
Sarah's keeps walking. All right.
We had a task on hand, which was finding Nikir.
Mm-hmm. You guys continue. I did miss a little bit of what you said. I just had finding Nikir.
I said we had a task on hand, which was finding Nikir.
So you guys continue down deeper into the forest, and this is where you find something a little interesting. As it becomes more overgrown, the vegetation seems to come a bit more to life. And
sorry, Ulster is very excited.
You see,
are they dancing? Like the cactus?
They move a little bit, but it's more life living within the vegetation to a certain point. You see like the sort of like blinking eyes of pixies and creatures kind of watching you from the distance. And then you see a kind of overgrown thicket with a really beautiful looking willow tree sort of in the middle. All around it is this sort of like small, like sort of semi-stagnant pond, which has its own kind of like sustaining its own ecosystem, you can tell. Can everybody roll me a nature check, please, or anyone who's interested?
It almost went in my tea.
I want this one.
17.
Okay. Anybody else?
18.
15.
Okay.
Hey!
All of you
Whoa.
would
Good job,
notice.
guys. Except you,
Um,
Sparks. Allstead's mad at you. No, I'm joking. He loves you.
All of you guys would notice that the area around this tree, the water here, seems to smell a little bit off compared to what it should do for a balanced sort of ecosystem.
The water is polluted.
A little bit, you get the impression. There is a little stepping stones walkway to the willow tree, and when he sees this area, Saraza, who seems to immediately recognize something is wrong, heads straight to the willow tree and just says, "Juniper, I know you're there."
Oh. Is this going to give me a complex? Sorry.
You've met too many of his loves today. Juniper, and he calls out to the willow tree. And a willow tree named Juniper. I know, it's funny.
It better not be prettier than Ulster.
And sort of stepping out of the tree, her hair, their hair, seems to be made up of lengths of willow vine. Their skin is a tawny brown with like a slight bark texture at the tops of their cheeks and their shoulders.
I knew I should have eaten more bark.
Long-limbed.
Also looks at his short limbs.
Guys,
this is Luran's first love. He's gonna compare himself.
And their feet are like roots kind of in the ground. They're kind of like, they're not really even touching the ground. They're kind of just like sort of leaning out from it as if like they're an extension of the tree itself. She leans over and she just says in like a voice that sounds a bit more like a breeze. "Saraza, is that you?" And Saraza says, "Oh, yes, you can see it's me, but Juniper, did Nikia come through here?" And Juniper says,
I can't read it anyway, Emma.
Juniper says, the boy, smaller one, the youngest of you three. He came by, but Saraza, that is of little importance at the moment. Well, maybe it is to you, but something's happening. There is something distasteful here. I can feel it in the water, in my roots.
While they're talking, can I stick a finger in the water and taste it? See if I can detect it.
Stop making it! Yes, you can.
Can I assist?
You lean close to the water. Yeah, sure.
What is that check? Nature?
Nature, yes.
Or Arcana?
Nature. Roll it twice for an advantage.
18 plus 21.
Okay, perfect. You
So why is your friend licking the water?
lean down to the water and you put your finger in it and she goes, "Oh." And as you get close to the water's surface, just beneath, you see growing there a small collection of light, sort of iridescent blue mushrooms. And you kind of taste the water, it tastes foul. And you reach in and you kind of pluck one of the mushrooms up.
I want to lick it.
Okay. When you pluck one of
no.
the
I'm going to lick it.
When you pluck that mushroom, it kind of loses its iridescence and becomes a bit more of a muted colour. Astra colour, which you recognise from the boot of one of Nikir's shoes. This is not the first time he has been here.
Oh, that's
if
the
you
kind
came-
from Nikir's boot.
Indeed. You say just as Ulster licks the psychedelic mushroom. Ulster, can you make me a constitution saving throw? Please. Oh.
Hold on.
You just hear okay. You pluck the mushroom and Juniper goes, ah! No, don't! And you lick it. Everyone, it's too late to stop Ulster. The whites of his eyes turn a kind of creamy yellow colour. His pupils just kind of go full black. And
Whoa. Am I high?
also you are high, yes. But you also feel very sick. And as you look around, the kind of shapes and the colours of the
Not a good mushroom.
grove here seem to shift and change.
Can you imagine if I ate it? It'd be even worse.
Everything becomes more saturated. All the smells more intoxicating, more alluring.
Immediately, he's overstimulated immediately.
You feel more confident. You feel your filters kind of melting away. You feel.
He did not have any to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. You become more autistic than you already are.
He's like, whoa.
You kind of feel like you could do anything.
Sparks, you are so blue right now. It's almost as if you should be nicknamed Blue.
E.
Oh, that.
Something else that you recognise is behind Juniper, where the pond sort of creates a kind of U sort of shape, and there's another sort of set of stepping stones. You see the trees kind of pulling apart slightly, and a walkway appears. For the rest of you guys, you can't see anything.
Guys, I think we should go on a walk.
And Juniper says, No, please, you shouldn't. Nikir still hasn't come back, and I'm worried about him.
Did Nikir go on a walk?
I said it wasn't super important, but maybe I was exaggerating.
You don't care about Nikir. That's why I am better for Luran, because I'm going to find him. And he starts walking towards the pathway.
Oh, Luran, that small boy. Ah, yes.
Also looks back at her.
I knew him when I was
Does Ulster look like he's about to go? Oh, hang
Yeah,
on.
he starts walking.
No, please, you can't go in there. That's bad. Oh,
Is the direction of the locket the direction that Ulster is going?
yes, it is.
Oh.
Do you
Okay,
stop
so
him?
we. Look, Willow. I think Nikir is that way. I don't know how because there are trees there.
Oh, silly, walk through the trees.
Okay.
Okay. I will start to follow Ulster just because this spell won't.
Following the leader, the leader, the leader.
Just so you have advantage on charisma checks and disadvantage on constitution checks. Very good.
Nice.
You're
Is Ulster still holding Astra's hand?
Yes. He seems to have like fixed himself to you.
Astra's going wherever Ulster is going then.
By the way, you can do.
I will take a handful of them.
Okay, you put them in your bag. Because you get the impression there are probably recipes in that mushroom book that you have.
Wow. Guys, this is such a nice day.
Mm-hmm.
Did you think we'd all be out here walking in swamp water, eating mushrooms, talking to... Already forgot her name.
I think
Willow.
Ulster, do you want to be sober?
Juniper, sorry.
No.
Okay.
No.
I was thinking that too. I have the ability.
Around and says, I can't help you over there. I tried to stop you.
You really tried so hard. Sorry.
I think Juniper just kind of wolfs back into the tree.
Goodbye.
And Cyrus says, wait.
No.
And he looks a little bit apprehensive. You've done enough now. If Nikia is in there, I will go. Please turn back.
We're going for a walk, silly.
She said this would be dangerous. It's better you don't get
Even
involved.
better. Let's go.
Do you want to lead?
No, I'm the leader.
Well, I mean, do you know the area?
Okay, I can. The path has opened before me, and I will show you the way.
I mean, I'll need to let you know when the locket isn't where you're walking.
Semantics. Let's go. Also keeps walking.
You guys keep moving onwards.
She looks back
And,
at Sarah, like...
Sarasa looks very apprehensive.
Wow, you tall people, your head's so high, or the blood pressure must be spiraling around. Down here, it's fine. It's chill. You guys really should try it sometime. Why don't you try walking on your knees?
You're not that short.
No, but then you'd be shorter than me, and I'd feel even better about myself.
You feel bad about yourself for being short?
I'm not short. I'm average.
How tall
Yeah.
are you?
5'5".
Average for who?
My family.
Oh.
You listen here. You listen here. He points in a direction. You.
You point at Astra.
No, not you. I love you. You.
You point at a tree.
Where is Sarah's? Astra, can you spin me in the right direction?
Astra will
Everything is
point Ulster's finger in the right direction. Though, darling,
You,
pointing
Sarah.
is a little bit rude, so maybe we don't do that.
You, Sarah's. You,
Funny.
Sarah's.
That's funny.
You need to watch your attitude. It has made me upset, and I am just trying to be helpful and drink the mushroom water to help you find your son? No. Brother? What would you... Nikia.
Ulster.
Sarah's.
Never mind. Right. If we're all going, then we'll go together.
Well, if you don't want to come, we can go by ourselves, and we'll bring him back before tea time.
Shut
I
up.
think
I'm going.
I think it's best if we're all together
I
on
told you
this.
shut up. He smacked him.
Oh, my God.
Please lead us, Ulster. You can see the way and we can't. Does it look like we're moving through trees right now? Just like...
You guys, it looks a little bit aimless. There doesn't seem to be any sense to the path you're on. It's quite dizzying.
Ulster puts the mushrooms on top of his head like a little crown. I am the Mushroom King. Follow me.
So you follow the Mushroom King, Ulster, and the rest of you. After a while, Ulster, you see a beautiful kind of archway all wreathed in flowers begin to appear before you.
Oh,
They bloom in like
wow.
100 different colours, and they all turn their faces towards you and say, Ulster, hello!
Hi!
Ulster, we've been waiting for you, and you
Guys! Oh my god!
Why haven't they licked the mushrooms yet?
He turns to his friend. Guys, I'm so sorry that I was rude before. I love you all so much. Would you like to lick my crown?
Tell them they should, because the mushrooms, they live to be licked, and if you don't lick them, you will be denying them their purpose in life.
That's so sad.
It's
Also
so
starts
sad.
crying. If you don't lick the mushrooms, they'll be sad.
Lick them.
Lick the crown now.
Lick it now.
Now.
Sarah,
Now.
what do you
Sorry.
think?
I refuse to lick a mushroom, but I'm not going to
Of
stop
course you wouldn't lick a mushroom because you hate fungi like me.
Make a persuasion check.
That's funny. That's funny.
With advantage, because you have charisma advantage.
19.
He fucking goes and just like... Wait, let me...
Oh no.
I know his chant.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Isn't life so much better now you've licked the mushroom?
I hate myself.
Oh, why?
Oh no.
Why is
I'm
wrong?
so lonely.
Oh, do you want a hug? It's okay. I didn't mean it when I said you weren't a fun guy. I was just trying to. Okay. I was just trying to make a funny pun.
And he just cries and caresses your face. Astra, when you kissed Glade, did it make you cry? Like it made me cry?
Actually, they seem to really be enjoying themselves. They both break down sobbing, but also kind of laughing, so it's a bit weird.
Sarah starts laughing.
Should we go over there? You see the flowers?
Yeah, I see them.
Get it.
I do understand it, actually. They also look like puppies to me.
Puppies?
Puppies.
I see cats. Maybe it depends on the type of person you are.
Let's find out. Lick them.
Lick the mushrooms.
Lick the mushrooms.
I don't want my magic to be affected. I don't know how
lick the mushrooms.
But if you don't lick the mushrooms,
I'll hold them down.
Guys, I'm really sorry.
Does it?
Guys, I don't know how much longer I'll be able to detect Nakir's locket. How long has it been, roughly? Has it been 10 minutes already?
No, like since you cast it about 8, maybe you've got about a minute left or so.
If you lick the mushrooms, they'll be so happy to see you. And then we won't cry anymore, we'll just laugh.
Didn't Serena tell us to not eat?
We didn't eat them, silly. We licked them.
We licked them. It's very different. I will eat one, though.
You just eaten a mushroom, friend. Oh, I heard its dying screams.
I wanted to kill it. I feel actually high. Hang on.
Astra,
It's time to hold you down. Astra, what did you say?
Will you hold up your hand for me? Okay, well,
Nice foot. Luran hates feet.
I do. Do you want to take a closer look?
No.
No. So Sarah holds up his foot instead of his hand.
okay, anatomy lesson, that's a foot, not a hand.
Oh.
That's so silly, Sarah.
Okay, I'm holding up, so I'll hold up my hand.
That's Ulster's hand.
How about now?
That's both of your hands.
Friends. Mushroom friends.
Just show me the answer.
Sparks,
I don't want riddles.
are you thinking what I'm thinking?
What?
I
means
think I am B2. Sorry, you sounded very bananas in pajamas there.
That
Are
was
you
excellent.
familiar with that show?
Yes, I am, very.
Okay, good.
I
good.
grew up on that.
Oh, nice. The one where they're in the costumes, or where it's like
Yes, I love bananas in pajamas.
Bananas in pajamas.
because they're different.
Chasing teddy bears.
What happens when bananas in pajamas meet the monkey? George.
That's a different franchise. You can't mix.
George.
There's a monkey called George that eats them. So, Astra, right. Just because we need to continue.
Just give me my hand back.
Yeah. What are you trying to
thinking
achieve by asking?
Yeah. Astra's making eye contact with Bluey or Sparks and is like, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I certainly am.
I think we
And
should walk through the archway, and Sarasa starts walking.
I agree. Also, 12's
Okay.
around the dollars.
Now, you guys, as they round the corner, if you kind of try and move a little to keep an eye on them, what you see is a decrepit, broken iron archway with letters and dead flowers on it, and one of the letters is hung upside down and is creaking in the wind, and it's just completely overgrown by growths and ivy and everything.
I love what they've done with the place.
You see just beautiful ornamental flower arrangements of you, actually, in different poses.
Wow.
Ice skating.
That's really
dancing,
good.
Having sex with the ram.
How did they
eating
know?
cake. It's crazy.
Okay, so
Well, Sarah, you can't look at this.
when
What? I think-
Astra goes, Sarazar, can you hold up your hand for me?
You guys,
And they hold up like Sarazar and Ulster are both holding up their hands. Astra's gonna go put a hand on on Sarazar's hand and is hoping that Bluey will do the same for Ulster.
No, Ulster's running away.
While they are right there holding their hands up.
No!
Yeah, just lesser
No,
restoration.
Lesser restoration.
As this is unwilling on one character's end, Sarazar is a dum-dum. Sparks, if you're the one doing this for Ulster, then you guys are going to have you're going to have to try and grapple.
It's going to be easy.
Ulster.
You just scruff him.
So I'll have you make a strength check, and then you can do acrobatics or athletics.
Can't fail.
See if you want to lessen the restoration.
As in, can I make an athletics check
Yeah.
to grapple?
If you want to. I mean, you don't
It's
have
different.
to restoration him.
Unless you roll less
I
than
do.
a 4.
I don't think that's possible unless I get a 1. Nice. That's 17.
You pick him up.
athletics.
Okay.
It's like nothing.
You pick him
It's
up
like
by
a
the
couple of
screw.
grapes.
And I pat him on the shoulder.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right. So you guys are lesser restoration, and now the fun is over. And Sarah's was like, oh.
Feeling better, Sarazar.
Wait.
Much worse. Right. Let's just keep walking. You guys
don't-
see a set of iron gates. And
I think I preferred being mushroomed.
Sarah's
No,
looking
but-
interestingly at the mushroom on your head, like.
I'm not taking this off. Maybe it will think we're one of them.
Okay.
So there is an iron fence, like I said. You walk through, and the
Isn't iron dangerous to like people? Like
there is a rusted fence of a nondescript metal nature, and you kind of walk through, and the previous topiaries that looked like extravagant replications of you, Luran, and others are actually just really poorly made, like marble and like stone statues that are all crumbled with age and kind of broken. And headstones are set around here, and you realise you're actually in a graveyard at the moment.
Wow, Sarazar, did we almost just die?
You are in a graveyard, and as you walk in, the first thing that you guys notice is a set of kind of maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 headstones that appear to be fresh and are kind of lined up with empty kind of like graves on all sides, or right beside them.
Can I examine the headstones?
You may.
What do they say?
Well, the first one says Ulster Dehane. No, Ulster. Sorry.
Yeah.
Future Ulster Game On.
Yeah.
The second one says Slian Soon. I cannot remember your last name without Talar. No, but Talar is when she gets married. Brilliant. So I cannot remember. Unless you want to take that name anyway now. It's up to you. Aelin, obviously.
Oh, hang on. I know where to find it.
Tickety boo.
In your heart. It's a doggy.
Yes, it's Baz. No,
It's not Baz.
it's
An
Baz.
impressive set of lungs on that little lad.
It was Kinskaya.
Kaya. I came up with that name for you. She can't.
Yes.
She's not going to. I'll let her out if she starts. Yeah. Kinskaya. Yes. Okay. Slian Soon Kinskaya. And then next to that you see Bluey Sparks, Sarazar Dehane, Nikia Yazar. Nikia's grave has been filled in,
Oh shit, I start digging.
and Sparks, you feel a blip beneath.
I start digging immediately.
of that locket. Anna.
Yeah, sorry. I feel the blip of in the filled-in grave. Oh my god. Okay.
Can I
Yeah.
finish this right now?
Sarazar says, "I have the perfect thing for this."
Here's a tiny mole. Can I turn into a giant mole?
Yes, he starts. You guys start an effort to dig up this grave.
I'm like, hold on a second. And then I turn into a giant mole.
Sure. So you turn into a giant white mole. Sparks?
If I have time, I would like to divine sense. I would like to, for my next turn, see anything affected by the Hallow spell or magically, whatever, or any, especially undead within 60 feet. Is soil? Does soil count as total cover?
Unfortunately, yes. However, if you want to kind of just do this anyway, I think
I'd like to do that and start like digging with just like her claws, her hands. Yeah.
Okay.
I will turn to a giant mole and dig.
Okay. This land has in fact been desecrated. It appears to be, from your quick observation, the subject of some kind of curse.
Curse. This is cursed. This place.
This place is cursed.
The mole goes, no shit! And keeps digging.
Sarah summons a tiny mole and says, this is all I can do. And just says, go, my friend.
The mole gets battered away.
No!
Sorry!
To hands! No!
Hands. I pause momentarily to hand him back his mole.
I assume he's not meant to be dead, so this is okay to be digging up a grave, because this isn't meant to be his grave. Or, like...
you guys will please make me some...
giant mole stats.
Just strength?
Strength, please.
That's only a 9. Sorry, guys.
Hold on. 20.
Jesus. I'm happy to be shown up by a creature that specifically is engineered to dig, you know.
When you fail, Sparks, the mole kind of looks at you, bicep up, flexes, and keeps going. Like, I got this one.
While that's going on, can I look around for what might be causing this? Like, does it seem like particularly the mushrooms, or like if there's some sort of call, like a source, you know, an investigation or a perception?
Of course you can. However, the first thing
I don't like it when you add the however.
The first thing that you will need to do is resist the sensation that trickles down your spine as you watch your friends frantically dig to access Nikia, and you look over at that grave that has your true full name, and it seems to call to you.
Restrain her, Sarza.
He's digging too. You look down into the depths, 6 feet, and you think, if only you were down there, everything would feel better.
What in the Magnus Archives is this?
Nothing would hurt anymore. And I would like it for you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh my god.
Come on, Astra. Shit, I mean, there was something else.
22.
Oh, please.
The rest of you guys, you take a break for a brief moment just to say, Slia, can you... And you look around, and Slia, looking around wild-eyed, is standing in her grave. But don't worry, you caught yourself before you lowered yourself fully into the coffin. You just see her head kind of just... Her horns just kind of peeking up from the grave's edge.
I squeak.
And Sarah's was like, shit! And reaches down and just kind of like offers you a hand, Slia.
Astra will take his hand and is kind of like very like cheeks flushed, like embarrassed.
Aww. Goodness me, I'm so embarrassed that I almost got buried alive.
More so like that you can see her true name.
Don't worry, none of us are.
But also like You could roll an extra insight check, but it seems like they would have been studying like the surname.
Sure.
Also is currently digging for Nakia, but afterwards I think he will check in on Astra.
I mean, if anything, a plausible theory could be: is this someone that Astra knows? You know.
Interesting. So, you guys, as you dig, feel all of a sudden the soil give way to a harsh, like, wood texture. And you make enough space to pull back the kind of rotted, like, fungal-ridden wood and reveal beneath it a coffin. Lifting open the lid, you find inside their eyes kind of closed, looking somewhat like they've just passed out, but definitely breathing. Nakia with a chain around his neck.
A chain?
A locket.
Oh, phew.
A locket.
With a locket on the end. And now that he has an airway, he just goes...
I'd like to snuffle him awake.
Woo! No.
No, Nakia! I'm a mole!
That was a joke. Just for everyone.
Thank you for clarifying.
Kia, he kind of wakes and says, "Where am I?"
You're in a grave, but I don't think you should be.
What?
I will turn back. Yep, let's get you out.
You guys start, I think about after a minute or so of like struggling to kind of open up a break, Saraza and Bluey, the two of you manage to rip open one of these boards enough that he can kind of be lifted out. You guys lift him up and out of the sort of like the dug grave, and he can't support himself on his 2 feet. He just instantly collapses and says,
what happened to you? Did you lick
Did you have a mushroom?
You look down at his person and you see that he has got like a satchel on him filled with like mushroom samples and stuff. And he says, "It's not what it looks like."
If Nakia is poisoned, if he's poisoned by multiple things, I would like to at least remove one of them by a lay on hands.
Okay, perfect. Lay on hands. It does seem to that colour kind of comes back to his face, and he is able to actually properly stand up. And he just says, "It's the mushrooms. They grow in abundance here, but they've never shown me this before, and I just thought maybe it would lead to more, and I wanted to make more."
Can I do something? I take the parrot off Nakia, I take my crown off, and I throw them super far away. Yeah.
Well,
But if I don't have those, no one will like me.
No, Nakia, I think they might be bad. Bad news.
You gotta take care of yourself. Whatever you do, like, if you're no good to anyone else if you're in a coffin.
Right.
This place is cursed. Have you been here before?
Also, what did you mean by you're not good for no one will like you if you don't have mushrooms? I mean, mushrooms are great, but I've never heard anyone say that before.
2 questions. So, first, Sparks, then Ulster. Sparks, can you just repeat your question for me?
This place is cursed. Have you been here before?
I've never been here. I just thought I'd taste one of the mushrooms to make sure that everything was... Well, it's the bog. Oh. Yeah, that's where we are.
Mole Valley.
We're in Mole Valley, yeah.
That's so cute.
You know? No. Cute. The place that we live, the sort of area, is called Mole Valley. I actually never thought of that before. Yeah, it's cute. It's just so normal to me. Anyway, so Nakia just kind of says, I could smell that things weren't right, and Juniper said she wasn't feeling very well, and I thought I would just take some samples of what I was already coming to collect to make sure everything was fine. I don't want her to be sick. And then the pathway opened up before me, and well, I just saw this. I was suddenly very tired, and I just lay down to sleep. And
did you eat one of the mushrooms?
Yeah. But I don't know. I felt called here, and then to your question, he just says, "And look, It's just I don't have any friends."
But mushrooms would make you friends? I've tried that, Nikia. It doesn't work.
He just kind of looks at you guys and says, Astra, can you come here a second? And if you approach, you don't have to, but would you
Astra does approach and just kind of like attempts to take his hands. Nikia, we're your friends.
We're your friends.
Need to make.
We met this morning.
That's how you make new friends. You meet them.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. It was yesterday, actually.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
How long have you been out? Wait, when did you...
Well, it was just after I put the horses away. I just wanted to come and... Well, and he gestures, Astra, to one of the books that you're carrying with you, a mushroom anthology. And he just opens it up to a dog-eared page, which is a recipe for a potion of charisma, which includes this specific mushroom.
Nikia, you don't need charisma to make friends. I know that.
You just hear this yelping and laughter from a corner behind. And Astra, I think you would have had your eye on this. One of those sort of gnarled looking statues was just a little too lifelike for your liking, and you had your eye on it. And then it just starts to shake with laughter.
No one that happy is ever good news.
And you just see a kind of like a creature with like these like leathery wings like kind of jump down. It's got like grey skin that's like cracked like stone. It's almost like a gargoyle.
Huh.
And they just go no. You heard him speak. Of course he needs it. He's a load of tosh.
No, I think he actually might have more charisma than me, naturally.
No. No, my boy, I think unfortunately you're going to have to take a lot of those mushrooms. That's all right.
I'm a mushroom peddler.
No, I'm not a mushroom peddler. I'm just around here. But
Are you a death peddler?
Oh.
Call me a mephit, if you must.
A what?
A mephit.
Never heard of you.
It's not a name, it's a thing.
Never heard of it.
Look, it's not often that common folk come here who are able to break a spell this strong.
That's because we're uncommon.
Great, well, exactly what I thought. Look, I feel like the boss lady might want to have a word with you.
Boss lady?
Yeah, it's just my business to keep my eye open for interesting individuals who might be able to survive these parts, and you guys seem to be able to survive these parts. Yeah, what's your name?
I mean Sparks, but did you imply that common folk have come here and that they haven't done well? And are they here right now?
Well, right, here's what happens. Usually, common folk come through here because they're looking to have a little nice time with a little nice chat with one of them dryads out there. I mean, if they come here and they decide to use some shrooms, no judgment. Let's get them on over in here just to see how well they do. And if
you bury them.
Well, yeah, look. Grave dirt's good for spell work. So are bones. So is rotten flesh. And then the undead are away, so you spoil little hands about the house. It's a big house.
What?
The house. It's up that road. But like, this is like the early bit. This is like the garden. The front lawn.
Sorry, how long have you been here for?
472 years. Not how long.
I look at Saraza. And Juniper was fine up until this point.
Completely fine.
Right.
Oh, he says, well, 470 years, this kind of little garden's been going on, but it moves around, doesn't always stay here. We go all over in the Feywild, just wherever takes our fancy. You see, here's what happens, right? People come into these parts, and they once we've gotten to slim pickings, we move somewhere with a bit more of a population, and then we just narrow it down, and then we keep going again.
Then you turn them into mushroom earth.
For spell work. But anyway, like I said, answering your question there, young missus, looking at you, Sparks, it's not often that folk come through here who survive this kind of stuff, and there might be work for people like you. Rare ingredients hard to come by. You can go and pick us out some. Could be something worth it for you.
Can I roll a history check to see if I have an inkling of what might be going on here?
Mm.
Also, it's got a protective arm on Nakia, like you don't need the potion. You don't need it. You don't need it.
Any roll there?
Sorry, that is a 14.
14. Okay. It's a little bit hard to say. Your expertise lies mostly in the material plane. You have heard of there being certain fae or darker fae that rely on, like, you know, quite obscure and, let's say, unsavory methods to cast their spells. This seems to be kind of leaning in that direction. And the gargoyle just says, well, the method just says, look here. My missus, boss lady.
Oh, you're married. Congratulations.
I guess they are, actually. Yeah, sure, why not? Okay. The boss lady, my wife.
My wife. My wife.
I meant to say more like, anyway. But you know what? It's cute, sure. It's not cute, it's gross, but sure. And probably a workplace violation.
I don't think that matters in the context of what they're doing.
Just says, look here, you see. Anything you guys want.
Anything?
Is there anything you guys want? Like, for example, to be able to get them girls or them guys or them in-betweens.
I don't have any problem with that.
I'm talking to Nick here, and this points at Nick here.
Nakia doesn't need it either.
Nick here looks.
He just needs confidence.
Knowing where you came from, knowing the secrets of your own family history. Looks over at you, Astra. Or perhaps even saving a loved one from peril. Perhaps you were all diseased and need a cure.
No.
Well, regardless.
We're fine in that department. But
Pretty good health, actually.
Or perhaps there's someone you know, someone you love who needs saving, and you just don't know if you have the strength to get them out. Regardless, all these things, my missus, my boss lady, can provide a cure for.
Sounds
what does she
really
want to-
way too big, way too good to be true.
That's what I was meaning to say.
Oh yeah, she wants payment.
What's payment?
Don't know. Depends how nice you are, how much she likes you.
What kind of things do you accept as payment? Do you take diamonds?
Probably. Rare ingredients, tasks and little jobs done. Firstborn children and all that.
What if we wanted you to leave these parts?
No, you can't do that.
But we can't purchase that.
You can leave if you do some jobs for her. Probably.
No, what if
But people don't tend to leave.
no, what if we wanted you guys to leave?
Ah, you want us to
Yeah.
move on? Yeah, we could do that, but it'd be quite a steep price. I mean, it's pretty good pickings here. There's like brothel right over there. Like,
Here's
you
a
know,
question. What's keeping us in this conversation right now? Because we have Nakir.
Yeah, probably.
Is it a threat?
Yeah.
I mean, the gravestones were kind of threatening.
I mean, I can go grab my missus if you want to have a chat with her.
Sure.
You're jumping to conclusions if you think you can get out of here alive without doing something for me.
Since we're stuck here, why don't you bring her?
Actually, you go to her, really.
Oh, how far a walk is it?
5 minutes.
We've been walking a while, though.
You can walk more.
Why does this whole game feel like a Monty Python sketch?
Because we have mastered the art of witty banter with each other.
What's another 5 minutes?
Oh.
Yeah.
This isn't an argument. Yes, it is. No, it isn't.
No, it's not.
Simple contradiction.
I mean, if the missus wants something so bad from us, why doesn't she just come get us herself?
Yeah, she doesn't want it so bad. She's already got you.
What if we try to leave?
Yeah, I'll fuck you up, won't I?
You will.
Yeah, me and my mates.
Where are your mates?
The undead.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why don't you just get
They
old
kind of
people?
travel.
Old people don't get old here, do they?
Really? Well, a little bit.
Well, so, okay, first of all, that is a stereotype. Second of all, they do decay. But that don't mean nothing about how hard they can whack you over the head with another bone.
Oh no, as in like
beds. They go.
saying more like, why don't you target places with a lot of old people, and then the old people?
Oh, I don't want
stumble
old bones.
into it?
Because that's ageist. On both fronts, both of you. Bad.
Well, as in, if old people who seem to have lived a fulfilled life stumbled into here to have fun with mushrooms, surely that's better to.
You want us to get the elderly. I hear you loud and I hear you clear. It will happen, probably. We are getting a bit bored of the Feywild. We do know a couple of old people's homes where, honestly, they just get lost. But they've got lots of money. Lots of money can be melted down into like magical items and stuff. We can abuse them.
Old people are still valid.
What if you set
What
up?
What does valid even mean?
They're allowed to be here without being bothered by you.
Yeah, they are.
As
well,
long
I'm
as
also allowed to be here and to bother you.
You're not allowed to bother, actually.
Try and leave in there.
What if you made an agreement with and you openly worked, you put your garden, and it became a new actual graveyard that people actually could willingly put their dead in.
Ah, I see. Now that's smart. The only issue is I'm not sure if any of them would really be willing
to be used
in spells of the caliber that we kind of do cast. We're more like great plagues and horrific violations of ethics, not altruistic kind of paladin things. What? Yeah, go on, add more.
You could say, if I'm arguing,
if you're arguing for us to go find some old people to kill,
if I'm some sort of advocate for the devil or something,
the death of the elderly.
Why are you
then
bringing the devil into this?
Okay, you're an advocate for the devil. That's really interesting. Which one?
You could appear.
Oh, my missus does.
You could appear to be altruistic, but you could not tell people about what you plan to do with this grave dirt and the bones. And in that case, you can.
So wrong, Spark.
It is wrong. I'm just thinking it's probably.
So what we do? I'll tell you what we do.
Oh.
First of all, riddle the coffins with iron nails. I know it's not exactly this place's, thing, but I can do it. It's my job. Sell those on later once they've been thoroughly used. The wood, the people in them, that just mulches down to a nice fine paste. And from that, he's going weird in his accent. And from that, mushrooms grow.
And
that's good.
What we licked.
Yeah, you guys licked dead people mushrooms. It's fine though. It's fine. Those basically, what happens is there's one little guy with some like mushrooms encased in his wood, right? And he's like a little tree, right? He's got the little the branch of his wood is under there.
Somehow this is the least disturbing thing you said so far.
The leaves branch out, right? Really deep underground, really far. So what you'll find is
actually mushrooms don't have leaves.
Yeah, I'm using a metaphor.
Well, you
Of a
shouldn't
tree.
be using a metaphor.
Right,
for describing
okay.
an actual
Well then,
friend.
the source of the mushroom is this dead guy's body. The mushroom spreads for about a quarter mile outside of that.
Well, they can actually spread a lot further than that if you cultivated them
Exactly.
correctly.
But the thing is, we don't really want too many people coming at once.
Well, we are, in fact, going. We are very important, and when we go missing, everyone's going to come looking for us. So
Yeah, but they'd have to lick a mushroom first to get here.
yes, but
then they'd be stuck here.
You can actually get here without licking the mushrooms, as we discovered. You just kind of walked
Yeah,
in.
you have to be led by someone who's licked a mushroom.
Well, I'm sure they could have someone do that.
Yeah,
And
and then
you
how
kill them.
They would fuck you right up, our friends.
Who are your friends?
We are friends. He looks at Saraza with the most powerful mage in the Feywild.
Alright.
Yeah.
Probably our time to leave the Feywild then. Fair enough.
No,
Alright,
Isn't she
Well, then.
occupied right now?
Let's go.
let's go.
Where?
I think we were considering Pandemonium.
I don't want to go with you.
Yeah,
She'll come looking for us, and
She won't be able to find you.
well, she will because she's the most powerful mage in the Feywild, and you're just a what?
I'm a mephit.
A mephit. Yeah, you're just.
You
a
might want
mephit.
to take up some of this stuff with the boss. I feel like I can't really answer all of your questions from a customer service standpoint.
Well, you clearly don't understand mushrooms either. So.
Would you just let the door open, please?
This is so chaotic.
All right, take us to meet your boss wife.
All right, down that road, Mr. and Mr. and Mrs. and Mrs.
You didn't have to assume.
I didn't assume. I know, like I know your names. Mr. Mr.
Wait,
Mr.
our names?
Mrs.
Whose names is that?
Since when was Sparks married?
Miss, then. So, you guys have some options, obviously.
Oh.
Astra looks like they're starting to like walk away, like
No, I pick Astra up and turn them around. No, we don't want to fight undead. No.
So, you
what's
guys have the
point.
Of stirring the ire of the undead. Do you want to become a zombie mulch person? I don't, personally. Even though that does sound like a nice way to actually end my life, I don't currently want to be a mulch.
I have magic that can help us against the undead, but very well, we shall meet with your master and
Very good. See if you want any things are done for you. All right, come along this way. And he starts leading you down the road.
Oh.
It's a 5-minute walk. And during this time, he fills the silence incessantly. So yeah, we set on those irons. Then obviously we harvest some of the mushrooms and the lady powders them down into tonics and tinctures that she sends off.
Who's buying these things?
Who isn't buying these things? You can make people do some crazy things with potions. I won't lie. You can make them look undead. You can make them pretend like they're alive and then die. You can make them die so hard they come back to life.
You can. Oh.
You
You can make them look alive. You
Yeah.
can make them look alive, but they're dead.
Yeah, you can do all of those things in reverse. You can heal the undead, but like
We can heal undead.
it's very rare. Resurrections, but it is possible.
Say, also it's got chorus in mind. Say if someone was afflicted by a portion of undead but wanted to reverse those effects, how would you go about doing that?
Nice lady should be able to whip you up something, or maybe you'll make you a recipe.
What does she want in response? What does she want again?
Oh,
I don't have any
depends on the
children,
request.
and I wouldn't give her my child anyway.
This is happening to your child.
I wouldn't give her anyone else's child.
Oh, I'm sure she can come up with something. That's a big one.
You say everything's a big one. It's like a
Yeah.
sales tactic. Oh, that's really difficult. Let me see what I can do. Oh, that's going to be super expensive. Oh, look at that. That's what you do, isn't it? I know the way you work.
Yeah,
I've been scammed.
Yeah, you have, haven't you?
Mhm.
Mm,
I
can
know
tell.
better now.
Yeah. Well, lucky for you, our Black Friday sale is now on. You can get 2 tinctures and elixirs for the price of 1.
One firstborn child, that's all it takes.
Precisely.
Right, let's go.
Okay. So he leads you on the way down the path, and as you let me just get my notes back up. We may need to wrap before we are able to finish this section of the journey.
For the record, Nakia, I don't blame you. I blame Sarazar for being too angry at us to notice you were missing.
He didn't notice I was missing. And Sarazar says,
We did actually notice you were missing. I couldn't find you last night.
Yeah, he pulls him aside, and you guys just overhear. Nakia, you are an adult. You've had your age of majority. You can be your own person and do your own things. I don't have to be your minder all the time. And he says, yeah, I know, but like, I thought maybe you'd notice if I was gone. And Sarah just says, did you run away to try and get someone to notice you? It's like, I didn't run away. And then you just hear like a bickering beginning between them.
Ulster throws his arms around both of you. See, I've started something beautiful.
I don't know.
Not Nakia and Sarazar, around Astra and Sparks.
Okay. Yeah.
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 Cool. So you guys carry on down the way, and just before you turn this last kind of bend, where there's like these like overarching trees, like fingers creeping down, still verdant and bright, but in a very sickly and gross kind of way, unnatural almost. The guy says, "All right, just so you know, up ahead, it's not pretty. For you guys, you're not going to enjoy it. If you want, I can give you a little sprinkle of that mushroom juice in your eyes, and you can just have a little protection from how gross it is.
As it is.
You want to see it as it is? Yeah, I thought you would, you little freak.
You're calling me a freak.
You little freaky guy.
What's your name?
I'm a method.
What's your name?
Don't have one.
How did you get married without a name?
Well, I gave my name to the missus, didn't I?
Ah. Haha.
I know, it's crazy.
Oh.
You little freak.
Also looks so unaffected. He's like, you can do better.
Can he though?
Astra?
Astra just said, can he though?
We can certainly try. I've heard much worse. People have been very creative with the names they've called me over the time.
You little freak.
Yes, maybe other people can.
You guys carry on. And as you round the corner, you see, hanging from the trees like wind chimes, are various interesting arrangements of human bones that kind of like have been clearly hollowed out. The marrow.
Well, you don't want to waste the marrow.
No, there are some chew marks on those bones. Some of the marrow has clearly been scooped. Some of it has been...
Well, if you ever get stuck on a desert island or anywhere particularly isolated, you should start with the marrow, really. Don't waste it.
How are you going to get it from the centre of the bone without injuring?
Who asked him that?
Sarazar.
He just smiles.
You've done this before?
He keeps walking.
Tell me the truth. Who have you eaten? Creep.
He calls him a creep.
You silly creep. That's me.
I don't like it when you call me names.
Emma. You creepy? You spooky?
Stop it.
I'm your little My Melody Quanzi. It hasn't
Stop it.
So, you guys turn around. The human wind chimes aside, you do see various cages that are being hung up with... Now, all I can say about the cages is that... have you ever tried herbs? Okay.
What do you mean?
Have
Sorry?
you ever tried herbs?
Do you mean the grass?
Yeah, like drying herbs by hanging them upside down.
Oh no! Wait, what are you talking
Yeah.
about? Can you
Dry
type in
herbs or
the
flowers by
Discord?
hanging
Just
them
like
upside
when,
down.
you know, like in the cottage
Oh,
thing. Yeah, like,
sorry. I thought you said tried instead of dried.
No.
I was like, I
So
thought you tried.
you see bundles of people tied by the ankles, that hanging upside down. Most of them are dead. Some of them are still kicking, but they smell terrible. They smell bad, but they look even worse. So it's like, I mean,
How many people are still alive?
4.
How alive?
Quite alive. Some of them. One of them looks pretty fresh. One of them looks like they could have been there for a week or so. The other 2 are like on death's door. You get the impression, but are still like kind of like twitching every now and again. When
Can I try and
body.
heal them?
You can.
I just don't think Ulster would walk past that.
Yeah. He just kind of says, Mephit just kind of says like, yeah, they're coming in all nicely. We're gonna make some good dried mulch.
Can I cast Healing Word?
On who?
The worst looking one.
Okay, there is one that looks like he's about to pass away. And you cast Healing Word. And he goes, help me.
6 points back.
Help me. That's what he's saying his entire life, because he's a peasant. Help me, please, please. I know I'm not far from here. I work nearby. Help me. Let me down. Let me down. All I wanted was not to get married. I didn't want to get married, and now I look. Just because the entire family ended up dead, that's not my fault. It's not my fault. Let me down. Someone, please, free me. And you just hear them kind of like panicking, like yelling at you guys.
I'm gonna cast Flame on the bindings of people who are still alive and let them down.
Hey! Oi! The Mephit kind of sees you casting. What are you doing messing with the produce?
They're still alive!
What do you think you're going to be doing in exchange for these elixirs and tinctures?
I'm not killing anyone. I prop up the people who are still alive and start
I think help catch as well.
cleaning their wounds.
Hey, you burn them down?
Yes.
He says, hey, and he grows like twice in size. Look at that. And I think you probably would have been able to burn down 1 by the time he sort of like squared up to you. And he just kind of says, look at that. And he like points at one of the people who's like kind of like dead on the floor and just says, that was going to be some real good human powder mush.
But
I would have fed 100,000 freaking devils down in hell.
I don't want to feed devils down in hell.
Why not? You want them to starve?
Well, why can't they eat their own produce?
You know what their produce is?
What?
Small people.
Well, these people can be saved.
No, they can't. Most of them are dead. This one's this one's not really got much to live for.
Why can you decide that?
Well, they traded it away.
For what?
Well, ask them. You brought them back to life now, and the person who you freed is like scrabbling on the floor, like, don't touch me, and they like pull up a twig. And they run.
Try and help you get out of here.
Also,
No,
You want to stop them?
Yeah, don't. If you run, it'll make it worse. Just stay here, and he.
Nothing could be worse than hanging upside down in a bunch of dead bodies for 3 weeks. What do you think I ate? To stay alive this whole time?
They've all been there. Look, can't I negotiate for your missus, looks at the benefit, to free these people?
Nah, well...
Will it come
Yeah,
with high
we're going to
price?
give you guys some advice. You're doing a lot. You're really doing a lot.
What does that mean?
Free the people.
Well,
Give me some elixirs.
We don't want the elixirs. You can just let them go.
Can't do that. We've got orders to fill. And the next shipment from the Sisterhood's not coming for fucking weeks.
The who?
The
Sisterhood.
Sisterhood.
Look, guys.
I guess you
know about
captured the
Sisterhood.
wrong people then.
You what?
Looks like you captured the wrong people. And Astra is going to try and chip in and help with releasing the prisoners.
Ulster will continue burning them down.
Interesting. Okay. He just says, I wonder that.
And he catches each one of them and helps Astra clean them up.
Fucking hell. Right, I'm getting the boss. This is not on. And he sort of, he like thunders inside and you hear like yelling.
Should we,
We should run while the prisoners are escaping.
How does Steven know who the sisterhood are?
It
has been mentioned before that Geral's son is with the sisterhood, and therefore Astra was like, "Oh, you're working with the sisterhood? Fuck you in particular.
Fuck you and die." Yeah.
All right.
It's just a couple of
How many people do we get down?
There's 4 people who are still alive.
4 people still alive. Okay, can we heal them up?
Yeah, you can. Mark those spells off though, guys, because you're gonna fight people.
Yeah.
So every spell you make sure you guys are checking.
I'm keeping track of my spells. Yeah.
There is one who looks pretty fresh. He could probably just run.
Can we use our combined medical skills to patch them up?
You would need.
I healed the one who was the worst off.
Yeah. That would take like some time. So I think it might be
right.
If you have any gaping wounds, for example, you could close them.
Yeah.
Lay on hands. Sparks is happy to expend.
That's true. Remember, these are peasants, so they only have 5 HP.
Yeah.
So you can spread this out if you need to.
And as this is happening, as Ulster is like, this might be really bad. I'm gonna drink my potion of Hill Giant Strength.
What the fuck? Okay. Nakia says, I can lead them to the exit, but I don't know if we'll be able to leave.
I think just stay with us, and we're gonna have to see how this ends up.
Okay. And Sparks?
Sorry, no one else has to use up healing slots if it's just about healing, because if it's 5 HP to each of them, then I can do all that with lay on hands.
Okay, cool.
I do have potentially something that could get them out of the way.
Okay.
Also apply the magic carpet.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
And get all the injured people on it. Nakia, could you stay here with them? I can send you up, at least out of the way if there's anyone coming.
Okay, you guys, they go off to hide kind of in the trees. They'll be making stealth checks and such, but we'll make one for now. That's pretty good. Okay, so you hear some crashing and banging from inside. Hang on a moment.
Sorry, disapproves.
Yeah. Let me just get. Now, unfortunately, I do need a. What do you call it? Don't look at her.
Oh.
Why did you see her beauty before I could show it to everyone at once?
Ew! Wait, that's the same one that Ulster summoned. Remember? To go with everyone. In the original campaign, you summoned that exact one.
The hag thing.
The Annis hag specifically.
The Annis hag, yeah. Remember?
Yes, but no one's looking up stat blocks, friends. We're all keeping kosher here. So, you guys hear a commotion, and as you kind of... I'm
just going to adjust my strength score.
You guys hear a commotion, and you see this, like, obviously, I didn't finish describing it before you guys started getting handsy with the hostages.
Handsy?
There is a very disgusting looking thatched roof with mold in it, double layered house with a kind of bowing awning, a large kind of barn door style entrance, which is like kind of closed but like held together with like a rope made of human hair, and you see the Mephit, kind of like the shadow of it kind of from under the doors, and then you see the doors get thrown open. We're not going to fight it today, just so you know, but we will begin. The Annis hag comes out. I heard there were more visitors to my garden. And then it turns out they are vandals. Would you care to explain yourselves or not? And you can choose how you wish to respond.
Health code violations?
Anybody else want to keep going for?
Sparks is struggling to think of anything. If Astra, she would look to Astra like,
Shitposting Hours says, sorry, this is a violation of Fey OSHA.
Mm-hmm.
We're the inspectors.
And none of you wish to become one of my bad seeds.
A what?
So anybody who has an interest or a kind of history of knowledge of the Fae? Anyone?
Sort of.
Okay, Ulster, would you make me a history check, please?
I think Astra would probably reply to that.
Probably, yeah.
I don't believe any of us signed up to be buried alive, so no. I don't really care for that.
Sure. Also, you know that a bad seed is so the Anis hags have a tendency to corrupt specifically children. And they like to kind of corrupt them slowly over time and then send them back out into the world to do terrible things.
So I think we should probably kill her.
But I heard, of course,
You've really violated the health code. This is just what we do. Sorry.
before you fight me, I know that I can do things for you.
Not at the expense of children.
You think I eat them? You think I kill them?
It's
No,
also
no.
bad to corrupt them. Trust me, I have first-hand experience.
You think so?
Yeah.
Plenty of children are corrupted throughout this world.
Well,
I only give them the means to make something vicious of it.
well, we can't get all of them, but the ones we can get, we're surely not leaving behind.
All right, then.
sorry if I'm presuming, but surely you could put some of your effort to uncorrupting children rather than just doubling down on corruption.
Yeah.
Sparks, have you seen what this person looks like?
Sure, but like she's speaking to us and trying to reason, I think. So like,
Fair enough. She says,
Also, I think I'm a bit too old for that, and so is that one over there. She points to Sarazer.
you are all children to me.
How is Cyrus reacting to this thing?
Sarazer has drawn his weapon. And I think Sarazer would say, stay back, hag. I have dealt with your kind before, and I will deal with them again. You will harm none of these people.
Oh, good, he's got experience.
By my sword, I will see to it that any child you have here is freed. And the hag just kind of tilts its head and says, of course. Come in. I will show you where I keep them.
You just said they weren't here.
Did I lie? Or did I tell the truth?
Can I insight check the hag?
You can.
I think Astra will just very quietly look over at Sarazer and be like, you know, I have decided I quite like you.
Mm-hmm. You send me mixed signals. The lot of you.
Not really.
He shakes his head.
You're imagining things.
Look,
I may not like the being treated rudely, but I like what you're about.
Guys, this is really heartwarming, and I'm sure we can come back to the kumbaya later.
Oh
but,
no,
right now.
I'm absolutely ready to. Well, stabbing's not really my thing, but I've got some magic that I would absolutely love to lay upon her in terrible, terrible ways.
She leans forward and you feel the whole house begin to creak and shift. And you just hear her say, well then, let's see if you can lay your hands on me. And you just see her kind of like grow. And with that, I think we're gonna have to leave it there. This is like
A boss battle.
a boss battle, I'm afraid, so it's gonna have to take some time.
Ooh.
But if you guys survive,
Shit.
there's some fun stuff at the end.
If we survive. Boy, I'm hoping if any of us die that the others will bring us back.
You know, the kids who get lucky in the sisterhood are the ones who get sent to like kingdoms to become princes. The ones who get unlucky get sent here.
I wonder how Valis feels
kissed
about
you.
the sisterhood. I'm doing this for him.
Yeah. Kids.
Emma,
Yeah.
it would totally be cheating if I changed the spells I decided on picking at the start of this day to advantage me in this fight. That would be cheating, yes?
It technically would be, but I don't know what your character sheet looks like right now, so I suppose I wouldn't be able to hold you to any standards. You would know though.
I'm not gonna.
You would know. You would know. That's on you and your conscience. Don't bring me into it. I don't mind.
I won't soil my conscience.
Do what makes the game most fun for you.
Okay.
Look, if your spells are shit, maybe change them.
Maybe you can tell her, let's have a long rest to think on it before you do anything hasty.
Unfortunately, I've used up both my second level spell slots.
In that case, just hit her really hard.
Yeah, you've got big swords.
Do what a paladin does
I
and
guess-
hit her real hard.
I'll have to use some smite.
Yes.
I think that's the thing,
yes,
right? You expend a spell slot to do extra. Yes, okay, I can do that, and I have extra attacks.
And I'm
Bam,
going to
bam.
heal myself in wild shape. Woo!
Amazing. Right, guys.
This is exciting.
I'm very excited to perform the
Thank
fight
you very
with you
much
all.
for the game.
And also, I'm sorry for coming on to you all so strongly today.
Yeah.
Yes, you should be.
Oh, you didn't get quite that far, did you? Sorry.
I didn't. I was very unlucky today.